Ladies and gentlemen, reason to live.
Hey girl, what's up? I like to get you on the floor so I can funk with you, you know? Baby, you don't have to be shy. Just follow me. I'll show you what I mean.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to groove.
Funky groove.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to groove.
Funky groove.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to groove.
Funky groove.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to groove.
Funky groove.
You come out here on the floor. Always think that you're in the know, but baby, all that cold and fancy clothes only means you're putting on the show. Yeah.
Well, hold it, girl. Take off that fancy wear. Just let your thoughts lay the air. Come on, girl. Let's get down. Baby, let's do it to that funky, funky sound.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to the groove.
Funky groove.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to the groove.
Funky groove.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to the groove.
Funky groove.
Let your feelings go. Let your body move to the groove.
Man, that is very, very funky. What do you think of that?
You know, like Earth, Wind and Fire really did get better as they went on. Like, they did get a lot better.
I think the lead singer looks like Todd Bridges, Willis from Different Strokes, and that's not racist because I can say that he really does look just like Willis from Different Strokes. So next time I do play that, make sure you're watching out for that. Guys, welcome to the stream. Eel, set us up. What are we doing today?
We are doing the Jorrun Kennady live stream. We are enduring a test for Guantanamo Bay to see if it is effective on getting confessions out of criminals. So we're going to be listening to the Jorrun Kennady live stream.
Cornville Three-Way. Were you around when this first came out? Like, when did you find the Kennedy Jorrun stream?
I was not. So I missed all of the Jorrun stuff live. Like, I was never in a Jorrun stream and that. I remember seeing his name, like, just in like making comments and that. So I like the first time I saw this was it must have been the first July. Because like, well, no, it would have been before that. So it would have been not long after that Mirror channel came out. Like, Clobber started talking about, you know, Jorrun and like his new play thing, and I was like, I listened to something on there, like, man, this is fucking brilliant. Like, this is my shit. And so then I found this. I'm like, no, this is my shit. Like, this right here, this fucking stream is the shit, because I also am an unabashed fan of Kennedy. So my two favorites come together, like peanut butter and jelly.
Well, this is the original Deadpool Wolverine when you had these two team up. Now, I was not really a Kennedy fan. Like, I know that some people in the chat right now, some bully voices that stretch out unnecessarily. She was a fan of the Kennedy stuff, but I wasn't. So this really brought me around, and you'll see as we go on. But before we do get started, we do have the theme song that Il did create for us, the questionable theme song, and then we will get right to it.
C3W. It's time to stream and you just may laugh at their crazy antics, goofs and gaffes. Team Virgin, hell yeah. 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 Team Virgin, hell yeah.
You could always spot Tiffany to dance because she has no idea what she's doing, and that's.
I
Go ahead.
do love that intro.
It's. I mean, it's fine. It's not Il's best work, but it's fine.
Do you
What's my
guys have
best
a favorite?
work?
Yet to be seen, really.
Fuck you. All right. And here we go. Yeah, it is playing. It's just, it's a Jordan stream.
Yeah, can't start right away.
Working? Is this working?
But while he does this, I just want to say Tony is my favorite of the dancers.
Tony's your favorite?
Yeah, because I never, I'm not a dancer, but she makes me feel like I could be a dancer. Like if she can, why can't I?
Why can't you?
Hear me? I sound good.
I didn't know that they had names.
Yeah, I didn't either. I just knew the Tiffany one because she dances like a not a dying deer, but like a freshly born deer. It's cute that way.
A man TCAP, awesome. Scarlet Ebony, mwah.
Jordan?
This is clobbering time. Yes. All right, alpha male energy is
Is
just
this playing?
increased.
Is it silent for the first minute? Does anyone know?
Gong contest. Hello,
No,
my
he's
I'm
talking
hearing
now.
it.
You're hearing it?
Orange clock.
Oh, you know
Jones
what?
is Buttnut Jones.
Oh, it'll probably help if I unmute it.
Okay. So here's the situation.
Yeah.
Definitely helps.
I was going to be doing this today with Kennedy. That is still the plan, but I think she's having a little technical problems on her side, which sucks.
Oh,
'Cause
sad.
I really want to do this with her. She's cool.
No, long
So
gun.
she's like to Kennedy during this beginning. She's outside doing something in a tin shed or something, right? That's why she's late.
I think she wanted to make a grand entrance.
Same.
Like she wanted to show up late and get there and be like, "Oh, I'm alive," and do that thing she does. Because she also really liked invading that Andrew Burkett stream that's on the Cringe compilation.
Oh yeah.
It's so uncomfortable. They just wanted to leave so bad.
Like, please leave,
The
Kennedy. She's
bomb
like, somebody, whatever you're doing on your microphone, you could stop it. It's all right, bitch. It's fucking.
I'm pregnant, y'all. Be nice to me. I need my Snicker snacks.
I'm from the South.
Okay, let's see. Let me see here. Commentator, I hear you. Can you hear me? I'm afraid I can't. That's how it goes. How does everybody like my cute little thing I came up with?
It's very cute.
Here?
It's a cute little
A
thing.
little photo manipulation. Yes, I made Lorne responsible for original sin. I think I read in the Bible where Adam says, the woman you made me caused me to do this. This is all your fault, not mine. And I'm like, wow, the original blame, the original pass the buck. It's perfect for Lorne.
Incredible.
What is he doing?
TCAPS is like a new content dropping tonight. Wow. Plug it, why don't you?
God.
Want to see that? Let me see here. I wreck everything. Hey, what's up, man? Thank you for subscribing.
So he's all excited to see I Wreck Everything, but then I don't think he knows who I Wreck Everything is later. I had to tell him. I told him I messaged him and said, "Hey, that's Adam. His channel's big. Say hi to them because it helps in the algorithm." Doesn't make sense. No, it makes no sense. But Jordan did it because saying hi to people. Watch this. What's going on, Anna Rourke, Dan Lover, Tiffany? That's 3 points.
Whoa, shit! I was actually watching. The algorithm. It's spiked then. So I would expect you to see a lot more traffic.
I appreciate that very much. Globus says Kenny should fire Vincent.
He doesn't get it.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get her on now.
He needs to calm down with that.
Why didn't you get her on before you started the stream?
I don't know.
Ooh, how exciting.
What is he doing?
It's none of your business.
My bad.
He's reading.
I forget how how much of a big defender of Jorrun you are. I always forget.
It's not your goddamn
this is a celebration of Jorrun. My mistake.
Wait, are you here to make fun of him? Is that what's going on? Wait, is that why you people
not now? I'm not.
Okay, all right. I want to scan the comments here and make sure no one's here to make fun of him.
Don't get too spoiled.
Hello, precious. Hey, honest. Oh, god damn it. Now, you have to remember, right? I set this up because one Tiffany Renee Lockhart told me that I couldn't do it. It's just outright said when I said, what if I could get Kennedy and George? You'll never do it. All that. And so I did. I had it done within like 30 minutes of her telling me I could never do it. I had it done. And now it was like 4 days that we had to wait for this beautiful thing to happen. And now she's not showing up.
Yep.
And there's
because you always, talk about how Tiffany is responsible for us not having the black people barbecue.
Yes.
But what you are saying is she's responsible for this masterpiece. Because had she not challenged you.
Actually,
yeah, she reverse psychologied you.
Heisenberg White was doing a 24-hour stream, and I said, what if I could get Jorrun to do a 24-hour stream? And she said, that would be hilarious. I said, what if I could get Kennedy and Jorrun to do a 24-hour stream? And then that just turned into getting them to stream all together. So really it was Heisenberg. And it was, if anything, Tiffany reduced what I had as a hilarious 24-hour stream to just a regular stream. That's what she's responsible for. Reduction. Pizza
Adam
shakes.
and Lorne both naked at the same concert. Oh, here we go. Precious, are you there?
Whoa, we got loud.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yes, I can hear you nice and clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, sorry.
Oh, pizza chip.
I
Oh
realized
no.
what time it was. I was in a little tin roof building, so I probably just did not have any service.
Oh, okay. We had a little miscommunication.
Okay, now we can't hear either of them.
These are those technical difficulties he was talking about.
Yeah, shouldn't they have hammered this out yesterday?
No, during the 2-hour pre-stream.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hang on.
Why is there a car? Kennedy, what are you doing?
Me.
What is this? Are you driving to the car wash?
But this is her. This is her shtick, you know what I mean? She joins other people's streams while she's in the middle of doing something highly distracting.
Like walking around Walmart.
Kennedy,
But she said I was in a metal roofed building. Okay, well now you're out. What the fuck are you doing now? Were you at Farm and Feed when you're supposed to be streaming? Feed the goddamn goats later. No one could hear either of you.
What'd you say?
What a few people here today. Precious clobbering time is here. Oh, he says he can't hear me very well.
What?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can't hear you very well either.
All right, let me turn my mic up. All right, is that a little better?
Yes.
Okay, I can hear you pretty good. All right,
Awesome.
people, got some real professional live streamers here. You're definitely getting your money's worth.
Tiffany, check Skype.
No, I told you, I'm coming for Club's most unprofessional streamer.
Klob, she has thrown down the gauntlet. How will you respond? She's going to take that away from you. All right. I'm just going to address the chat, and then we can get started. Let me see here. I rec everything is here.
Good.
Lorne Identity, Scarlet Ebony, Eurothon contest. Are you comfortable? Are you ready to make it happen?
Oh yes, I'm always comfortable.
Awesome.
Pizza Chip. Does this girl have a fake accent? No, it's her real accent. Does it sound like something from a cartoon? Yes, but just wait till she starts foghorn leghorning whenever a question is asked. And she does. She actually does. I call it McNabbing because like I can ask C3W like, hey, how was the drive home from work? He'd be like, a fine, mate. Fine, and that would be it. But she would tell you a 30-minute story, none of it involving driving. Well, you know how my mama used to be. Back when I was
knee-high to a grasshopper.
We used to always go. It's just like, just answer the goddamn question.
Was the drive good enough?
Is it cool?
That's it.
Cool if I just like to tell everybody, which is if I ever ask a question you don't want to answer, or if it's too private, you just tell me and we move on to the next thing. That's my universal rule.
I'd probably just either go balls out and answer it or give you some ridiculous answer either way.
We can't lose.
No.
How you feeling today? Are you comfortable with talking about your condition or
condition?
He acts like she got alopecia, but she's pregnant. That's all she talks about. It's her goddamn character. Pregnant Spider-Man. That might as well be it.
Yeah. She's in the 5th trimester. Like, everyone knows she's pregnant.
I mean, yeah, when that Adam stuff happened, when she came to me about that Adam stuff, she's like, I was pregnant. But like, you're like 6 months pregnant when you told me a year later. How does that work, Kennedy? How does that work?
The reason I was
we slow roast in the South, y'all.
Find clothes to dress the bump.
Pregnancy's a state of mind.
Yeah.
So for everybody out there, my brand new friend, Kennedy is 5 months pregnant. So, she got them things going on.
What things? A baby in her womb? What are you talking about?
Yeah, you have all my sympathy there.
All right, get to Lorne.
So, let me see. Yap is here. Oh, Andrew Burkett. Fucking awesome. Thank you, Andrew. So glad you're here. This is very cool. Clobby says no one puts Clobby in the corner.
Okay, focus on Kennedy a little more.
Jorrun never thought, wait, why do I normally get 7 people at a stream? But now TLI, Andrew Burkett, Clobber, Lockhart. Well, Lockhart will show up anywhere, but I'm surprised Lockhart wasn't doing the stream with them. She seems to be everywhere these days. But like, you know what I'm saying? He never even questioned it. Like, why are all these people here?
Because he got the shout out from you at clobbering time.
That's true. That's true. And then he's about to shout out I wreck everything at some point, which just makes the algorithm go wild.
Oh yeah.
Shooting traffic over at him.
It was so effective that it retroactively brought a bunch of people to his stream, or it retconned reality so that previously in the stream more people showed up. It's wow. I gotta shout out
you're saying it split the timeline when he did that?
Yes.
Shit. No, that is the one he's going, but I was going with them. Did you ever see the golf movie?
Happy Gilmore?
No, the one with
Candid Fellow. Thank you for the donation. But John France is the funniest. I don't know. Do you guys agree with that?
In are we talking the funniest Predator, or
you don't even get the bit? Candid Fellow, they don't get the bit. They don't get the bit. John France is the funniest. So if you don't say that on a Candid Fellow video, you're asking to get banned. You're asking him to never put out content again.
Oh well, he's the funniest, yeah.
We've been listening to Candid Fellow calls on the last couple of streams. So I'm sure if you guys are here, you are subscribed to Candid Fellow. But check that out. Thank you so much, Candid Fellow.
With Rodney Dangerfield, Caddyshack.
Yes,
yeah,
Caddyshack.
I love Caddyshack.
Oh,
Tin Cup.
Caddyshack. You'll get nothing and like it.
Jordan is the funniest, and then John France is right.
You can owe
behind.
me the money. You'll get nothing and like it.
You know they came out with a Caddyshack too, but none of the original cast came back, and it was god awful.
Yes, they basically strong-armed the great Harold Ramis, and when he heard that Rodney was going to be there, and they're like, "We're getting Jackie Mason."
Is this fucking movie trivia? Get back to Lorne.
Okay, so to get started, let me just say, so what part of what I want to do, everyone please let me know. I am fooling around with the levels here. Please let me know if you can hear both of us or if either one needs to go up.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we start with you giving, since you are my guest, and I get a nice link to your channel. Everybody please subscribe. But
that line strikes me as like a very Trump thing to say. Like, I have a nice link to your channel. They're right there. You know, he's like trying to appease her, like she's like a political something. I don't know. It sounds weird.
Well, he had spent 2 hours the day prior talking with Kennedy, and they had what he called a beautiful conversation. I guess he was also, just Jorrun, so he was flirty. He felt like he was really on, and he kept telling me that they had a great connection. So, and her channel was smaller than his, so he felt like he was, but like by 10 subscribers,
he's doing her a favor.
He's doing her a favor.
Well, that's like a year's worth of subscribers right there on his own
for
channel.
Jorrun, so. I mean, if it took him 10 years to get 100 on his music channel.
Exactly.
There are people in this community who've never made content who have more subscribers just by shutting the fuck up. Just by shutting the fuck up.
Your background, how you discovered Lorne, and then we can start going on to the more current stuff about the trailer and the RSO pick. Whatever you want to talk about.
I guess I came around in a roundabout way. So
me too.
I loved watching trash TV. It is a guilty pleasure.
No shit. Listen to you.
Some women just love trash TV.
No one is listening to this woman talk and think, really? Her? Come on, girl.
I think I lost you.
He's still typing. He's too busy typing to his.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I lost you for a couple seconds.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Wonderful.
All right. I lost you for just a few seconds. And did I just lose you permanently? Whoa.
They're off to a great start.
Okay. Reception is not that great there.
No, in Mississippi is no.
All right, Precious, go ahead.
Precious.
You were saying you came to the church in a roundabout way.
Oh, I love trash. So I love trashy.
You have been here, Kennedy. At this point, she had been here years. Why are you telling the story? Why does every goddamn thing he does have to start with how he found the community?
Well, it's you need ethnicity and you need origin story.
I get
and if you hang out for too long, you're also going to need a face reveal.
I get ethnicity because I want to picture who I'm talking to in my head, and I want to put them in the proper outfit in my mind, like black guy, basketball shorts, some sort of Tupac shirt. Okay, white guy, ill rig. What are you wearing right now?
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, I don't like. I'm pulling a Lord Armstrong. I'm naked. So did that fuck with your white guy stereotype there a little bit?
You know how white guys are; they're always naked.
Stuff like that.
Oh, me too.
Caddyshack 2 was shitty.
So with that, I saw like on my recommendations a guy named Mr. Gigi.
Nice.
Nice.
Jeez, he's mentioning all the big names tonight.
And it was the Predator Chronicles. It was like the first Predator.
Yeah.
I was like,
okay.
Might as well, what I got to lose besides like a few minutes.
Nah.
Oh my god.
And so I watched it, and I remember.
This is all her describing watching a video.
Yes.
But, like, not that.
Yeah, most people just say, "Oh, I found a Mr. Gigi video," and I found the community.
And so I turned on the video, and then I said to my husband, I said, "Oh, I'm watching Mr. Gigi," and he brought me in some iced tea
Snicky snacks. Like
and some sneaker snacks.
this is how Jesse talked about finding the Without a Crystal Ball community. And then I went to the video and I was watching the video and I saw a thing and it was like live chat and I clicked. Just say I went there and found the fucking live chat. Like you talk so much, not everything. When you talk this amount, keep things brief.
Yep.
Because you have nothing to say to this. So why are you making everyone fucking wait for you to get to your stupid point?
That's how you build suspense.
I mean, at least Ill's being quiet tonight and he's not saying things like quizzacious. Like, I haven't heard one big stupid word come out of his mouth yet.
Well, it's early
Well,
days.
I was gonna say Kugelblitz earlier, but I opted not to.
That sounds like a German dessert. What's it, Kugelblitz?
It's like a black hole, but instead of mass, it's energy. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's why in definitely...
I watch it.
It's got apples.
Yeah.
And so that was my first introduction. Well, from there, I got a recommendation.
You can't have
for
two introductions.
Wow, you went
You know
right
what,
there.
Yeah. And so, like, off of that, I started watching more and more content by more and more of the people.
Mhm.
And so, like, I didn't know who Lorne was until, like, episode 9 of the Predator Chronicles. Everybody would, like,
Right, the one that he's
allude to
in.
this guy named
Yes.
Lorne, and I was like, oh, I don't know who that is.
Oh. Hello?
So it's interesting that you mentioned Mr. Gigi because
The whole story was just that she watched Mrs. Gigi and didn't know who Lorne was, and that's what got her interested. But in order for her to tell that story, there were 2 introductions. How are there 2 introductions?
missed the first time around. I didn't watch To Catch a Predator at all. I didn't have a TV at the time, but I knew about the show because there were a bunch of like comedy FM DJs who would reference the show and make jokes about it. So I didn't know Lorne at all.
Uh-huh.
But being a
And
predator
then
myself, that
years
show really
later-
captured my attention.
If you didn't know the show, why would you know Lorne? I don't even know if that's necessary. You know what I mean? It's like, so I didn't watch the show, so I didn't know who Lorne was. Yeah, it's all implied. And just get to the goddamn point where you found it on the 9 different channels you're going to claim. He's so many different origin stories of how he found it today in this one stream.
I discovered Mr. Gigi. So
Mr. Gigi.
almost everything I've watched from To Catch a Predator and all my knowledge about each predator comes from Mr. Gigi.
Wait.
It really does.
Hang on.
I don't know if I ever noticed that before. So he didn't actually watch To Catch a Predator. He only knows it from Mr. Gigi's videos.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is why he has such a cursory knowledge of all of them.
Yeah.
Because that's like that's not a deep dive of every episode.
No, it's like a crash course into a community. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. It's getting hot in here. How come?
So that's
Also,
that's
also
all-
is what women say to come on to you in this community.
The words get smiley. That's how you know they're really into you.
Yeah.
Then she gets drunk and you see the real me, and it isn't me. So that's all. He didn't think, hey, I want to go check out the actual episodes, and that's crazy. I don't know.
Of course not.
I'm just gonna go start making content about it. I'm an expert now.
Same, except for my knowledge on Lorne. My knowledge on Lorne and Westerbeck, and there's a few others that I found out more knowledge after the fact.
Wow.
How?
Yeah, same
But-
thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Whatever you
I
said.
think it was one of the Lorne Miss streams. I was in the chat, and of course I was just clowning.
Like me.
Like me.
And Andrew and Adam, I think, were hosting the chat because I remember they were in there. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been on Adam's old channel.
Unimportant.
Well, it is important though because she's talking about Adam right now. who's also going to come around
It's unimportant
later.
to the story she's trying to tell. Just Kennedy, you went to a stream and something happened.
Here's the thing: in order for there to be an important part about your story, it has to be a story that of some level of importance at all, and it's not. So
okay, fair.
If it's an unimportant story, you could just meander. So you're on the fucking the plains. You're just going flat. It doesn't matter. Just go wherever. Hear me out. Does this motherfucker have IBS is worse than 9/11 on his ticker banner? Good one, Jorrun. No, that's actually me. And that was if you were around for Euro did say he had, what did he say? IBS. I have IBS. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, he said, he has IBS and he now understands what 9/11 was like.
He was like, and I thought 9/11 was bad.
That's right. I thought 9/11 was bad.
No. He said, I have IBS and it's an inside job, just like 9/11.
See how you are when you're naked. You're a completely different person.
You're actually funny when you're naked.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. No. I'll have to take off my clothes around Cornville Three-Way more often.
I'm a baby compared to you.
And so they were like, "You want to come on?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll talk shit."
Whoa! What is that laugh? That was fucking weird.
And so from there, afterwards, Claude was like, "You need to make your own channel."
Wow! Very cool.
Wow! Very cool.
So, I would love for her to say, "Tell me what I just said, Jorrun."
Yeah.
She would have no idea.
Very cool.
Very.
So I just want to address the chat. My brother Katie Kev is here.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "I watched the space shuttle go up again.
Aw.
Maybe someday they can take Lorne and any like him and inject him into deep space someday. Fingers crossed." Yap is here. Hello, my darling.
Oh, Yap showed up.
We got at least 15 people right
now. This was Yap's introduction to Jorrun, but she would come back to play a part later when she would be mac and cheese. So,
we have at least 15 people right now, Precious. This is cool.
Stop calling her Precious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a smaller channel.
Those cane sandals? Nice.
So, what I wanted to ask you, actually, let me just check one thing first, and then I'm going to start getting some of your opinions. I wreck everything. Adam, if you're still in there, please let me know, because there's a little story I want to tell you. There. But so just to let y'all know, first of all, shout outs to Mr. Westmos. Wes came to me earlier this week. Wes has been, excuse me, got a burp.
Yeah, well, Gassy talking about me.
Mr. Westmos came to me about a week ago.
Uh-huh.
And he came to me and he says, you and Kennedy should do a live stream together. I'm like, I don't know Kennedy at all. I says, we were briefly on, was it Clobber's live stream or Andrew?
Andrews.
Thank you, Andrews. See, there you go. And she seemed cool, and I've subscribed. She doesn't really post. And he's like, no. He goes, you guys, I think you'll have a dynamic similar to me and Big Salmon.
Exactly like it.
He says, you guys are similar in some ways and very opposite in other ways. And I'm like, well.
Jennifer Lewis, is this true? Yes, this is true. I didn't know. I had only talked to Jorrun. I'd been on a stream with him one time on Andrew Burkett's channel. And then he added me on Skype and sent me a wavy smiley face. And like a couple weeks later, I just messaged him out of the blue and said, "Hey man, have you ever thought about streaming with Kennedy?" It's how you start talking to someone. I was like, "Hey, have you ever thought about streaming with Kennedy? Because I think you guys have a really cool dynamic. It would balance each other out like me and Baked Salmon." And he was like, "Oh," and he was really excited about it. And then I went back to Tiffany and I said, "Hey, he said he's going to do it," and she said, "No way." And then I had to show her, and then it actually happened. Did she ever thank me or say, "Wow, you"? Go ahead.
I don't think you're reading Jennifer Lewis's comment there. She wasn't legitimately asking. That was more like Ramona, asking Lorne something. Is this true, Wes?
That's
She's
not what
just
she was
disappointed in you. Yep, I can confirm.
Yeah. But, ironically, so you told him that you would have a dynamic similar to you and baked salmon. Well, ironically, Jorrun went on to have a dynamic with baked salmon, like you and baked salmon.
He replaced me, and we won't have time to do it today, but next time.
Put a pin in it.
It's a seamless transition from me to Jorrun. You can barely tell the guys that I'm not there.
It's uncannily similar.
I'll give anything a try, and plus I really like the chemistry they have, so if I can have that, hell yeah, I'm in. So we started talking yesterday, first conversation ever. We went for 2 hours. I think I can speak for Kenny when I go, it was effortless, it was fun. We did a wide variety of topics. And I'm like, okay, I'm feeling comfortable now, because I get nervous. But now I'm just anxious.
Anxious little princess.
Okay, let's talk about something now.
Really going there. Adam is there. Adam, I want to tell you something you don't know, because I very much believe in thanking people and passing it forward. I'll give a very, very abridged story about how I came into the church. I was going from one channel to another.
Okay, fucking Batman.
Got me into Christian. Christian got me into base shaman. I like to call base shaman the gateway drug, because everybody finds out about Lorne through base shaman.
Well, almost everybody. I found out through
To Catch a Predator.
I think,
Kennedy, shut up. Jorrun didn't talk when Kennedy was giving her origin story. Kennedy, shut up.
But he did it wrong. He did his origin story wrong, so Kennedy's gonna fix it for him.
Okay.
Will it canon? She's like, no. See, here's. Can I tell you how I would have done it different? She's that person.
She went to Jorrunpedia.
when his
Origin.
last channel got taken down, and he had to start doing more like friendly content for YouTube.
Right.
Mr. Gigi's was still up, so a lot of people were finding out through Mr. Gigi.
Got you.
Gotcha.
So what
So like there's now
Gotcha.
the great divide.
Well, I know what side I'm on. But I discovered Base Shaman. I was in his channel and then not as much in. I found out about Lorne. And then I was later on came back to Base Shaman. I was so interested. I was like, I wonder if this guy's ever done any interviews. I found an interview on a channel called I Wreck Everything. From there, I discovered Mr. Andy Burkett. So we're drawing a straight line here. I have been a fan, a subscriber of Andy. I've done work for Andy. I wrote the Teaching Your Children About the Church of God for Andy.
That was not work for Andy.
I was contracted by Andrew Barquette, and he had me write a video.
You did not work for Andy because you made some shitty video about him and Shin so that they would play it on a stream and get you some more popularity. That's not you working for them. That's you trying to work them. That's a big difference. Now, when I first worked with Slothcat, it wasn't doing streams. I paid him to do an animation. That's Slothcat doing work for me. This shit, imagine, and then he would like, you'd have to feel bad because he comes to me, he's like, hey, I created this for you. And then you listen to it and you're like, oh, this special man, like this sweet little man. Are you gonna play it? Well, no, God no, it's fucking awful. I bet Clobber will.
Are you crazy? No.
You know what, Clobber will. That's all that matters.
And Dan had been on his live stream, so I just dropped this bomb in Adam's lap. Adam was part of that. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think from finding Andy, no, I don't think that's when I found Clobber, but that was part of me liking Clobber.
Wrap it up, Jorrun.
Doesn't matter.
They did an interview with him, I believe, and then I learned about Betty, and one thing led to another. One day I went to Clobber. I said, I'm getting all these crazy ideas for content, but I'm nervous. Do you think I should start making content? He's like, absolutely. People are starving for content. if you're gonna do stuff that's more that we see less of, like songs, sketches, people will love it. So, that's pretty much the line with me. And Danknet, I didn't mention. Danknet
That is such
the
a
biggest reason why I'm a
sniveling little
Lorneographer.
bitch thing to do, to go to someone and be like, hey, do you think that I should follow my dreams? Like, who's going to say no? It's such a bitch move. It tells me a lot about Jorrun, that he would go to someone and basically say, like, encourage me to do what I'm already going to do.
Well, and really what it is, hey, if I make content, do you want to make it with me or will you promote me? Like, just a heads up, I'm thinking about it. Because he was already making content. He was already making music content. He's in an improv. It's not like he's nervous. He's like, hey, if he's like, hey, I'm a really shy person and really want to step out of my comfort zone and make content. What's it like? Like, what can I expect as a creator? Will I get a lot of hate? Like, are people really, if he was asking him that, that's one thing, but it's going up to him and being like, hey, I've got some ideas for a channel that I want to do. What do you think? And if Clobber would have been like, nah, man, I don't think you should make, I think we're all capped out at a talent here. So you should, have you thought about trying a different community? Like who would say that?
Nobody.
Because he kept releasing. He is the best. I don't think he's even technically a Lorneographer, but he is the most important person in my evolution. Because I kept pulling away and he kept pulling me back until I'm like, okay, no mas. I'm a Lorneographer now. I'm a member of the Church of God. I give up.
All right, so we're at almost at the 19-minute mark. We haven't heard a word about Lorne yet. Hear me out. Said, oh, KKK. I get it. It's a call out. Yeah, it's a call out. Sub to Euro, guys. Sub to Euro, because you thought 9/11 was bad. Try getting IBS. Hold on. And you have to know the background. First, he thought it was cancer. Okay, he was telling everyone it was cancer. But then, guess what? Surprise! It's not cancer. Guess what it was? COVID.
9/11.
But then what?
Oh.
But then guess what? It wasn't even COVID. It was IBS.
9/11.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So it went from cancer to COVID to IBS to caca. So, and then you thought 9/11 was bad. Try getting that.
Thank you,
He
Canadian.
was the one who introduced me to Blahatism.
Really? Are you big into that? I don't know too much.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Here we go.
I have fallen down the Blaha rabbit hole
Oh,
as
man.
much as I fell down the Lorne rabbit hole because they are
Really?
very similar people.
Ooh, tell me a little more. I know he brags and lies quite a bit, correct? And he's this big guy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to start you off at the beginning.
The biggest mistake you can make is telling Kennedy, please tell me a little bit more. Tell me more. Well, like, bro, you're 19 minutes into your Lorne stream. You haven't mentioned Lorne once and you're asking her about Jason Blaha? This is something you guys should have. Go ahead.
You should qualify everything that you say to Kennedy with like either a word or a sentence limit. Like in 2 sentences or less, who's Jason Blaha? But she wouldn't follow that.
Well, that's why when I start donating, I'd start doing 2 questions for $1. I know it was going to drive him crazy because that's like 10 minutes of talking for $1.
Okay.
So
We'll do this for a little bit.
Run down real quick history. He learned a lot of online forums spurting the utter bullshit about how he used to make.
Thank you. Hear me out.
Supplements and be able to fool any drug test that any major league player would have to pass and all this shit. Then he got thrown out of a lot of those places that he was sputtering this utter bullshit. And then he went to David Icke's, where he was welcomed. He claimed to be a CIA member with black magic training and
shit.
Yeah, and that he was a part of the reptilian overlord race.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. This guy's no joke, or rather, he is a joke.
Could you get me a sneaky snack?
Give me sneak snake.
Yes. Okay. So sorry, I was giving my husband something to.
I
That's
love
fine,
how
just
they're
keep going.
both not listening
Hey.
when the other person talks. Jorrun's click-clacking, typing away when Kennedy's talking. When Jorrun's talking, Kennedy's talking to her husband. I mean, even when Kennedy's talking, she's not listening. She's talking to her husband. It's fucking ridiculous.
Well, yeah, because he's getting her snacks.
Snicky snack.
She's pregnant in the South, bro, and it's June. Leave her alone.
Hey, you're pregnant. Baby comes first. I understand. Get yourself some pickles or whatever.
Oh my
I understand. No need to explain. Or apologize.
Okay. So then he got kicked out of David Icke's.
Who is David Ike? I don't
Now,
care.
who is
Don't
David
really-
Icke? I don't know
okay,
who that
there we
is.
go.
David
Yeah,
Icke
that
is the
wrong
website
question.
based
Don't
off
ask that.
Conspiracy theories. It's
Okay.
still up. Also, you can look at his old Dark Eternal account through the Wayback Machine.
Sure.
I love the Wayback Machine.
Yes,
Jason
you
Scott,
can-
big fan.
Who? What?
Yes. The best place you can find anything on Jason Blaha is the Fitness community online under the Genovapedia.
Online.
Okay, gotcha, Kennedy.
And I know a lot about Jason Genova too.
Oh,
because
he's
I found out-
hilarious.
I fucking
Mm.
okay. So if anybody in the chat, this is how you
No,
this is how you find
stay on
out
topic.
about-
I have no idea who Jason Genova is, and I don't care. Just to be clear, I know who David Icke is, and I still don't know who Jason Blaha is, and I still do not give a shit. So I don't know why it's been 4 minutes since he was like, okay, and they've been off of this tangent. There are people here. There are more people who have ever been at your stream before. Lorne is on the screen. You have Lorne on the screen, and he hasn't come up once in 20 minutes. In most streams, you're minutes into a call by this time, and they haven't done anything but just talk about themselves and how they found a community who right now have no idea what the fuck is going on. Unless you were there as part of to laugh, you have no idea what's going on. And there were because I posted this on my community tab, and Clobber posted on his community tab. There were so many people, there were 38 people there, but it wasn't 38 people. There were people who were constantly just coming in and then leaving immediately. Because what the fuck?
Yeah,
is
I
it?
mean, what you give a minute or two grace period to grab your attention, and as soon as Kennedy's still talking about random people you've never heard of for 4 minutes straight, you're fucking out of there. This is just really terrible.
This is when you just want to yell, "Play the fucking call!"
Right.
And when Jason Morrow does come in later, you want the call? Play the call.
If anybody else is a piss trooper, just yell, "It's sick! It's piss!"
What is the order he always puts out when he wants people to get doxxed?
An Order 66.
Order
from-
66.
Yes, from Star Wars.
Order 66. Bring me Burger King.
No, it's Order 6. No, that is for people who don't do what he wants. So it's
Yeah.
Order 66, so and so.
Yeah, no one gives a fuck.
Okay, so but back to Jason.
Yeah, back to Jason
Blaha.
Blaha during the Lorne stream.
sorry to take us off track in the Lorne stream. Just a bit. Let's get back.
Let's get back to Jason Blaha. Heisenberg White. Hey, everybody, just chiming in to say I fucking hate modern genies. That is all. Heisenberg, a lot of people feel that way. They don't like the more
Same.
modern genie. They like the classic genie before they started, getting that sass to them and trying to trick you instead of just being obedient magical slaves that live in bottles. What happened to that dream?
He
Thank you,
quickly
Heisenberg.
found out, or he came to YouTube where he started showing his 5x5 program on Ice Cream Fitness.
All these things,
And
all these
there's
things mean
there's
nothing.
Not a lot. Okay,
No.
so there's different ways you work out based off of what you want to do. Some people want
Really?
to be fit. Some people want to throw weights around like a fucking beast. And some, there's different things.
No
for-
necks.
yeah.
Okay,
Like, there are
Jordan, you
different
don't have to worry about that.
training exercises for what specifically you want to be able to do. Anybody.
I like how she's telling the
ever-
gym rat Jorrun about this.
Yeah, right. He said the man said I'm turning into a gym rat. Good thing rats like cheese. You think this man needs you to tell him how to target areas of his body? He doesn't need your help with that. The man's a goddamn specimen.
He has been targeting
Oh,
his
boy.
big Latino, his round Latino butt for
You know what?
a long time.
When he said Lorne's butt is flat, mine is round and Latino, I was like, is it? And so then I saw him on stage in 2023, turn around, and I was like, no, that's a Latino ass. That's a Latino ass. And speaking of...
Porque si no estás conmigo, sin ti la vida no es igual. Nunca nos separaremos, no te voy a dejar de amar. Por eso yo le pido al cielo que no me vayas a olvidar. Saludos Guanajuato, Hidalgo, Querétaro.
There you go. In honor of Jorrun.
Wow.
Knows this, and there are bad ways to work out.
Oh, definitely. You can really seriously hurt yourself.
Well, that's what happened with him. He ended up
Well, that's why
tearing
Jorrun
his
doesn't
right
work out. He
Yeah.
can't take that risk.
completely off his bone.
He's not going to risk it. He's not going to risk it. You heard about, the guy who popularized jogging in the 70s. The man died jogging. You think Jorrun's going to risk going out and doing cardio after knowing that? Come on.
After William Jogging died? I don't think so.
Holy shit, that takes some effort.
Mhm.
That's failing
And-
professional level.
Yes, and then he
Yes.
and that's when he moved from bodybuilding to powerlifting.
How are you still talking about this?
But
Jorrun, why
another
is she
thing
still
that
talking
happened
about
during
this?
time was the fake dream sellers, people who are or were roided up as fuck, like and just sit on TRT saying that if you just take this shitty supplement, you can be like this.
Oh,
There's
going
the
out
gym
the-
rat.
Right.
Fuck.
Imagine walking up to this man and giving him workout tips. Okay. All right, Kennedy. This man doesn't need your tips.
Step
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
take one step, Jorrun.
Raise eyebrow quizzaciously.
And him and his reptilian black magic training decided
Kennedy, if you can't pronounce this shit, don't talk about it.
Reptilians.
decided that he was going to
Jorrun's rap
calling out
name.
these people who were just using their YouTube channels to basically
God.
sell these supplements.
All right. Well,
Oh,
thanks,
yeah.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
And basically, somebody threatened Ray Norton's newborn son and wife.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Hold on.
Blaha had
Not Wayne Norton. We don't know who these people are. We don't know who any of these people are. Now, maybe Jorrun does, but how about you guys have this shit on? Maybe you did the stream yesterday and you think today is a personal conversation because you did the shit backwards. None of this is for someone who was constantly looking at the chat and trying to figure out what was going on. Wouldn't he have seen people? Oh, no, you know why? Because it was full of trolls. That's why.
Right.
All right, I answered my own question.
put out on him.
Wow.
And Blaha
Wow.
was in the UK at the time.
Uh-huh.
So, of course, Lane Norton sued.
He's going to be
sued
doing
his fucking
Tiffany's air
ass.
horns soon.
Yeah.
Well, he had claimed that he was an ex-CIA mercenary.
Oh yeah, confirmed
And-
kills and all that nonsense. I read that from
Yeah.
Danknet.
Yeah, confirmed.
Stolen valor and all that.
Oh.
Yeah, I've already heard this from Dag
Yeah.
Nick Kennedy. Shut the
So-
fuck
Yeah,
up.
come
but
on,
after
Kennedy.
the Lane Norton has never gotten any justice for what happened to him.
Wow.
What?
Blaha
Oh my
did
God.
Not Wayne. Oh,
Never showed.
love
It
Wayne.
ended up costing Lane somewhere between
Wayne?
like
Wait,
30,000 and some odd dollars, and somewhere else. Like it was a lot of money to send him
Whoa.
a cease and desist.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it costs $30,000 to send a cease and desist. It does not cost $30,000. What is she talking
Stationery
about?
was really
Well,
expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like being between 5 foot and 6 foot. 6'5".
between 100 and 200 pounds. That's what she told me. The guy, he's an average guy. He was between 100 and 200 pounds. Oh, okay. I know.
See,
Actually, I know
now
that
you
guy.
think You think that doesn't, make the pool of men that she's talking about smaller, but Jorrun is no longer in that pool. Earlier
That's true.
Jorrun might have fallen in there, but not anymore.
He's like, okay, so not me.
Can you please describe the assailant for us, ma'am? Short, long hair, black to blonde.
He was either a white guy or a really dark black guy with a white hat.
So, Lane never got any justice. And around this time, a whole Blaha movement had started.
Anyway,
People
so
had
let's get
started
back to
figuring
Lorne. We've
out
been doing this
times where he
25
contradicted
minutes.
himself or straight up lied and just things like that.
Okay. Excuse me.
Okay.
So,
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, he really did just like, yeah, okay. I'm done with that now. I'm walking away from that now.
In his defense, he did a pretty good job of like, oh shit, like he was trying to like feign attention, but towards the end, even Jorrun, himself a lolcow, could not placate Kennedy any longer. Just,
But
okay,
see,
shut up.
that was the problem though. Instead of, like when you have someone who's at your home or something, or you're sitting down with them and they're really wasting your time, you stand up and you go, hey man, well, it was really good. You lead them out of the situation. You stop. Don't let people be time burglars. And that's what Kennedy is. She's a goddamn time burglar. So what he needs to do, I mean, look, who am I to tell the alpha how to handle things? But what he could have done at any point is said, yeah, that's really good stuff. We should, you know what? Maybe we should do a stream about David Icke and ice cream fitness and all these other dumb fucking things you won't stop talking about. But why don't we get back to Lorne? Because that's what everyone's here for. Right?
Exactly right.
He doesn't, he's not alpha enough to do that. That would take some kind of like, headstrong attitude to be able to take charge of a situation. And that's just not Jorrun. He's too alpha for that.
He did say he was studying alphas and betas. He was learning. So he's, you don't expect, you don't expect year 1 Harry Potter to do some year 4 Harry Potter shit, right? Like, this man just got to Hogwarts of Alpha School. What is the Hogwarts version of Alpha School?
I don't know, wolves butts or something?
Now I need a Harry Potter where they showed up and told Jorrun that he's
You're an alpha.
You're from a long line of alphas.
Instead of the boy who lived, the boy who what? The boy who wished? Is that?
That's it. He's Alpha Boy. that's
the boy who harassed.
Hear me out. Said most people dying of thirst will still refuse to drink their own piss, and I think what Jorrun is saying is he wanted to capture the piss drinkers. Do you think that's what it is? Explain that.
Yeah, drinking your piss has wonderful medical benefits. Okay, I'll send you a video. It's called Urine Good Health.
Hosted by me.
I'm the only person willing to sign off on the release form, so I'm the only person shown, but it's really good information. I got it all from Wikipedia. I'm going to do a stream about it later.
Just 40 minutes of you drinking a 40-ounce bottle of your urine. I'm trying to convince us it's good. No, it's good. It's fine. It's okay.
It's good, yeah.
Look at my skin. I'm glowing.
I feel so good.
Look at all of my skin because I'm naked. Look, I've got so much skin.
Princess?
Thank you. Hear me out.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just wanted to interrupt for a sec. Excuse me.
Princess?
I just want to pretty soon. No. This is interesting, but I want to pretty soon roll back to Lorne.
Pretty soon roll back to Lorne.
I know people want to hear our opinions on that.
We do.
Oh, yes. Long story short, Jason Blaha is a lot like Lorne. In fact, he is an actual confirmed internet.
Hello?
Oh, you broke up. An internet what?
Oh, you just dropped out there, Kennedy.
Internet.
She spoke for 30 minutes about nothing, and she's like, well, so long story short, Jason Blaha is a lot like Lorne. How's that not how you lead it?
That it is. That's literally how she led it. It's the same.
She's a lot like Lorne. And then he goes, oh, really? How? Well, they're both internet predators, allegedly. I don't know shit about it, so I don't want to say. But, he's allegedly an internet predator. And Jorrun goes, oh, that's really interesting. Speaking of Lorne, that's why we're here today. Or something. Anything other than at 26 minutes saying, well, let's not spend too much more time on this because eventually we do need to circle back to Lorne. And you can't circle back to Lorne. You never started talking about him in the first place.
There was a cursory mention up top about original sin, and that was it.
Well, he was talking about his cute little image on screen. That was what he was talking about.
Well, they were talking about Lorne yesterday, so that's what he means. Let's circle back to our chat yesterday before all this disaster happened.
Tiffany, are you there? Oh my God. Tiffany?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm here.
Why did it take you so long to answer?
Because I was trying to unmute myself.
Nice.
That's a really convincing soundbite you're playing, Wes. Wow, how did you get her to say those exact words?
It's AI. You can program it to just say dumb, stretchy things. Tiffany, since you're here, can you read this donation from Jennifer Lewis and then make your leave? Thank you.
Make my leave?
No, please just read the donation. Jennifer's waiting.
Okay, sure. Jennifer said, these two weirdos, Wes and Eel, are god-awful and more boring than Lorne. You all are making this interesting, Tiffany and Cornville, with your hilarious commentary. Great show, as usual. Thank you, Jennifer Lewis.
Thanks, Jennifer. That's lovely. And I agree.
I don't appreciate the creative liberties you took.
Yeah.
You need to go to Jorrun Comedy School and learn how to actually tell a joke.
She was
I did learn. I was a patron. Exactly.
Yeah. She donated $100 to learn.
Yeah.
She didn't do the beefcake classes though, because look at him. And then look at her. She's a
Are you even wearing a fanny pack, Tiffany? Like, Jesus
not.
Christ.
Where's your shirt with the bonsai tree on it? No, you don't have one. Goddamn loser.
That looks like an explosion.
An explosion of handsome. You're right. We call him Jorrun.
No.
We call him Jorrun though.
Like an atom bomb, doesn't it?
It's not no, that's clearly
it's a bonsai tree.
You ever see those guys spray painting like in downtown? There's a bunch of people standing around and they're spray painting these colorful shit like this with spray paint cans. And then people not vandals. Vandals.
Like Banksy.
Not like a lot like Banksy, yes.
Oh, you're breaking up.
Not only has he stolen valor, I'm sorry.
But Lorne hasn't.
See, he could have just hung up on her here.
Yeah.
He could have been like, "Oh, you're breaking up." Anyway, guys, it looks like Kennedy's dropped out there.
Yeah, let's continue.
We'll continue on. We'll get her on another time.
Now, let me tell you what I know about Jason Blaha. But so she said he's a lot like Lorne because not only has he stolen valor, but Lorne didn't steal valor. Lorne was in the military. So how does him do he stolen valor? How does that compare at all to Lorne?
Well, they're both in the military.
Okay. Well, one was in the military and one pretended to be in the military.
Yeah. Very similar.
Really?
Really?
Yes, we have
Holy
proof
shit.
that he has solicited minors. So he's a lot like Lorne, just adding stolen valor.
I got it.
Shit. So he's extra level scumbag.
What did you say?
I don't know.
Extra level scumbag. Like, he leveled up the scumbagness.
Wow. He's a scumbag with ambition.
All right, we'll move on, guys. The bit's over.
But I don't know who Jason Blaha is.
It doesn't matter.
Wow.
Keep listening, Tiffany.
Anyone who wants to know more about him, go look up DankNet stuff. It's a lot better than I can explain it.
And I was
What? No way.
I don't believe that, Kennedy.
Come on.
I was with my kid at the shooting range when this was going on. So like, there's really shitty Wi-Fi there. And I'm listening, it's coming in and out, and I'm hearing this, and as soon I hear her keep talking about Jason Blaha, and I know that's what I'm going to use for the entire stream. And that was it. That's when I locked it in right here. Okay, she really wants to talk about some Jason Blaha. Story. That was my. So let me guys. Okay, first of all, I found who's familiar with NBC.
Yeah, he digs deep. He's amazing. Wes Mose is here, sweetheart.
Hey,
Wes Mose,
Oh,
Irish
hi,
responsible.
hey,
Wes,
Daddy Wes.
thank you so much. So let me see who else. Frigid, Off the Verge, my buddy is there. We made the mistake of bringing up Star Wars, so of course Andrew has to jump in with what about the droid attack on the Wookiees?
Order 66 the droid.
Here comes her husband.
All right, so Nicholas, Benny. I don't know if it's Benny or Beanie. Excuse me. Let me see.
Order 66 the droid.
I heard that.
Baby, I'm on live
That's
stream.
awesome.
Now's not the time to have a meltdown about Order 66.
But she wanted him to do that.
Yeah.
She badly wanted him to do that, so then she could be like, "Oh, we are so cute. I'm on a live stream."
Yeah, everyone knows
I've
that
got so
fun
many
dynamic they
colorful
have now.
characters in my life. Yeah, exactly. I got my Aunt B and I got my husband, and he knows Star Wars things, and I know all about chickens, and you're going to hear some later. They're going to be clucking.
You will.
Okay, Kennedy.
Hi, Mr. Kennedy.
Oh.
Mr.
Hey,
McNabb.
everybody says hello, Mr. Kennedy.
Hello.
One person. Thank you, Jennifer.
He says hello.
I hear him. Awesome. Amanda James. Oh, my darling Amanda. Miss Amanda James is here.
Oh
Awesome.
my God, he's so excited.
I know.
Let me see. Patrick Teacap, all the way from Ireland, representing. Yell at him.
Oh yeah, there's a GoFundMe. I don't know if you guys saw it for Amanda James for her dog. If someone has a link to that, have you seen that, Tiffany?
I did, yes.
Yeah, if you've seen if you have the link to that, feel free to post it in the chat, and whoever has it, and I will pin it.
Okay, so here we go. So the only other things I want to say is congrats to my man Wes. Yes, Wes. I will always plug DankNet because DankNet is the biggest reason why I'm here today.
My comment was, yes, keep plugging DankNet. I'm sure they need the traffic because he just kept talking about them. Well, shut the fuck up about DankNet. How many times did he say DankNet just in the first 28 minutes of this call? Talk about goddamn Lorne.
Hey,
Well,
hey
Wes
guys,
killed
is
it
Jordan
yesterday
streaming tonight? Because
in-
we just got all this traffic out of nowhere. He must have plugged us again. Shout out to our friend Jordan.
An interview with the legend Chris Hansen. He did one of his productions up to his usual snuff, and then he did the interview with Chris. I don't know if you got to hear that yesterday.
I
Kennedy?
did not. I was
It's fine.
in and out all
In
day.
a metal tinned roof.
Well, it
It's
was
okay.
great because
Yeah.
Chris actually, he didn't give the name, but he very much addressed the Vince
Munch.
Nicotra situation. He was just like, I gave.
Didn't he
Vince
want to get back to
this,
Lorne?
You know,
Why is he talking about Vince Dakota?
No, he wanted to get
I'm
back
gonna
to
get
him
points from you.
talking.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
If we can get back to the topic of the stream, me.
Is it my turn to talk now? Can I talk now? Is it my turn to talk now? And then I showed up, so then he had to start talking about me and in a video completely unrelated to the Lorne community that had come out the day prior, that had nothing at all to do with what's going on. Bro, just continue doing your thing and plugging DankNet. That's what this stream's about. Not me.
this opportunity, this platform, and he's a fucking fool. He didn't say fucking, obviously, more professional than me. But he's just like, he ruined everything. He doxed so many people. He's this, unhinged bulldog, toothless bulldog. And that was really cool.
Sweet.
And
Oh, yeah.
Wes made some
Great
points
story.
out, like, he's just like, yeah, I helped this woman, but this woman is
Are we talking about
textbook
Jason Blaha again?
what we are
No,
taught,
no.
as good people to protect. She's this tiny little frail thing. She has the feeding tube.
Fuck.
He met her in a
Oh
wheelchair.
my god.
So that was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
But let's roll it around to Lorne now. We have the
No. Are you sure, Jorrun? We're only
Failure
half an
of
hour
the
into the stream.
RSO.
Are you sure you want to talk about Lorne?
So we're at 29:44, and he just now brought up, what are we going to talk about? Hold
What
on.
were they doing in their 2-hour prep call yesterday if they're discussing what they're going to talk about on the
They were
screen?
probably, you know what? I bet if that was, they probably had an amazing conversation. It was like full of insight. Jorrun was funny. Kennedy was like she was just on it. Not one fact she said was bullshit. Some made up Mississippi fact in her mind, and they wasted it. They wasted it all in practice.
They had great connection as well. There was no internet issues.
Didn't drop once.
Voice to Voice posted the link. If you want to connect.
Thank you. Yeah, I will do that. Thank you, Voice to Voice, and thank you, Ice Truck Thriller. Jorrun ruined I Dream of Genie for me. I think Jorrun ruined I Dream of Genie for a lot of people because Jorrun was the first person I ever heard of with the genie fetish. I'd never heard of that before.
No.
I didn't know, I mean, obviously there are people who are attracted to anything, like if I could roll a tape, right? There's going to be some dude who sees a roll of tape, like, I'm gonna put my dick in that. Like, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Tiffany, right?
Of course, absolutely.
Old tape dick. But like, so I mean, but just genies. It was just genies. It was so different. And he is so into genies. When you can jack off to the cartoon mascot for a maid service, you've got it bad. Like that Usher song.
Like the Usher song.
Yeah,
exactly.
What was that comment
that's
that
what he wrote?
made
That's what Usher wrote the song about.
Was about Jorrun jacking off to the cartoon genie. I'm sorry, what was your question, Tiffany?
What was that comment that he made? Remember that cartoon and the genie's mouth was open?
There's that little perverted comic strip about genies. It's one genie is a blonde and the other one's a brunette. The blonde genie is very much in love with the owner and he wants to be with her. And the brunette, she's the badass. So the black-haired girl, she's the bad one she's more of a modern genie. She has a bad attitude, but also wants to be with him. And it's very like sexual. And she just had her mouth open because she was like saying something. And one of the commenters was like, I would stay away from Angelica. She's trouble. And Jorrun said, yeah, but did you see that open mouth?
Jesus.
The things I would do. Dude, bro, you're getting hard over a doodle. It's a goddamn doodle. It's a little hand-drawn pervert comic about genie fucker. For 4 genie fuckers by, I'm sure, a genie fucker.
And the funny thing about that is the cartoon mouth opening could probably fit his genitals. So
it could.
It makes sense. He doesn't just scale it up.
The entire thing.
That is
right.
The only penis in history that can make it onto a YouTube thumbnail, and it's fine. YouTube doesn't recognize it as a penis because no one else does either.
Somebody has it as horns, don't they?
That's what it's devil horns. It's devil horns.
What?
Yeah, you got a Jorrun peen on each side of the head, and it becomes devil horns because it gets turned up.
Huh.
Bulldog,
okay,
toothless bulldog, and that was really cool. And Wes made some points I like. He's just like, yeah, I helped this woman, but this woman is textbook.
He's gonna get to it.
What we are taught, as good people, to protect. She's this tiny little frail thing. She has the feeding tube. He met her in a wheelchair, so that was pretty cool.
Where's your Dan Lover?
But let's roll it around to Lorne now.
Oh, okay.
We have the first one is the trailer.
Are you sure it's pretty early in the trailer?
Picture.
Yeah.
RSO picture.
RSO picture.
Definitely.
Awesome. Let me give my opinion first because you mentioned something.
Now
really
you're going to notice something here. They're discussing the RSO picture. Do you see the RSO picture? No.
I see what very well could be a picture of the RSO, but
I don't think they like you to smile in the RSO pic, so this is...
Is this what an RSO picture looked like back in the biblical times? Because this is pretty nice.
That's the picture you see in Walmart. On the bulletin board.
So yeah, I got nothing.
interesting. I didn't even notice.
Stop talking.
So-
Yes. So like the first thing I
Oh,
noticed.
nope, Kennedy.
Oh,
Nope.
Excuse me.
Hold on.
Let me give you mine first because your opinion is actually gonna
Because
open
you're a
up what I have to
woman.
say. And the way you said it was so interesting.
The men are
I want to
talking
present
now.
it with mine first because you had something very smart to say.
Yeah.
She's very smart.
You're very smart. Well, you're
Stop
my
it.
live
Oh,
streaming
Jesus.
partner. You must
I
Stop
hate
it.
this. Oh,
Yeah.
it's like
Um,
baby talk.
So I saw the RSO picture. And
Princess?
besides
Can
him,
we see the
definitely Asian, his neck is stuck in his fucking head. You know, I've always joked in my stuff that he is an evil ogre. Well, he got the look down.
Really? I've never heard you make that
His
joke
wide
before,
nose,
Jordan.
No, I haven't
pimple.
either.
No.
His neck again is so thick.
He's trying to make
And I'm like,
ogre
okay.
happen.
Yeah.
The first time when Andy
not
and
gonna
Shin
happen,
saw
Jordan.
him about a year ago, they said, you know, he looked jacked, he looked big, and I'm thinking, okay, you know, he's probably been working out. What else do you have to do in jail all day? But in this picture, with that thick ass neck, he just looks bad, like really bad.
I remind you to look at your screen and picture that man saying, "Another man looks bad." Just saying, just look at that. Look at that little Rampart He-Man looking motherfucker, and tell me that he's going to
Well,
be judging
also,
other dudes.
Jordan wanted to go first with his description because what he had to say was really smart or something.
No,
He
no.
just said-
See,
No, she
Jordan
had
looks
something
bad.
smart
Yes.
to say.
see,
So he
Jor-
wanted to get in first.
You could
because
tell a
he would look
chauvinist.
bad. Yeah.
You could tell a chauvinist by the actions they do, not the words they say, and he'll just prove right there how he feels about woman. Because what Jordan actually said.
I agree.
Go
I'm not denying
on.
anything. I don't.
Jordan said that he
Well,
wanted to
this
go
woman,
first. He wanted to go first because Kennedy had something so smart to say that it actually opens up a vast world of things to talk about when it comes to Lorne. This is really going to crack open the conversation. So let me talk first, get my little stupid thing out of the way, and then you're going to rock everyone with your brilliance.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you said something that I did not notice. Could you please tell our audience that, sweetheart?
All right. So for a short amount of time during my senior year, or the summer after my senior year,
Oh my
I
God,
worked in
just
a medical
talk.
tent in Honduras. And like one of the first things I saw was his neck. And of course, if you work in medical tents, you know when somebody's neck's that enlarged, you start looking at glands and stuff in the neck because like if somebody's neck's that thick, you start worrying about what's going on in the neck area. But then I looked at his eyes.
That makes sense
and I
because
saw
it's the
that-
neck, right?
He had a big neck. So, I mean, look at Jordan right there. I'm looking at glands. The man's got glands. That's all that is. Glands all over his body. Just glands.
They're jaundicing around the corners of his eyes, which usually means liver failure or Hep C.
Wow.
Cool.
Now,
Cool.
what are the different ways someone can get Hep C? I'm vague on that.
Oh God.
Sexually transmitted disease using dirty needles.
Sex and sharing needles, Jordan, so you don't have to worry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it can very rarely be transferred by saliva in some cases if the person is in the later stages of the Hep C.
We were talking about Lauren's RSO
getting
picture like an hour ago.
Yeah.
We're diagnosing Lorne now.
An
Ill.
open wound, so if somebody
With Kennedy McNabb, MD.
when they talk on somebody's open wound, it
Tiffany, do you remember your reaction to her going on about this at the time? Because I do.
You do? Okay. What was it?
You wanted her to shut the fuck up talking about medical stuff. You're like, oh, this is also stupid. Because not long before this, I don't know if you remember, or you were on a stream with her and she wanted to diagnose Lorne as having like autism or something, and she wanted you to co-sign on that, and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that.
And then so she's going on about these glands and shit. You're like, oh my God, shut the fuck up. And get to the Lorne. But I actually think you were secretly enjoying it because this is what you wanted. This is exactly what you wanted. You didn't care if it ever got around to Lorne. You didn't give a shit what was going to happen as long as it was this.
Exactly.
And did you ever say like, "Oh, Wes, you know what? You were right. You made it happen."
No. I acted as if it just happened on its own.
Like, how about now? You can admit, right? And you could say thank you. Hello.
Hey.
This activity
I think my internet just went down. That's so crazy.
There's a
It's
lot
that
of ways
easy.
to transfer. It's very easy.
It's that easy.
So what's your personal opinion? How do you think he got it? We both agree he's a virgin, so that wouldn't be it.
Yeah.
Well,
How
also
about
now
he
he
doesn't
does
have
have it.
Either
He does
No, he
have
doesn't.
MC. They have self-diagnosed him.
I'd guess because he was such a heavy alcoholic.
How do you think he
But
got
if
it?
I had to guess, he's probably had it for a long time and no
Oh.
one's ever checked it.
Mhm.
He probably got
No
it in
one's looked at
Memphis.
his neck before. That's the
No,
problem.
no one's ever looked at it. So Kennedy says he has hepatitis C. That's crazy. She also thought Bald Beaver Hunter was going to mutilate the genitals of the child that he went there to meet, right?
That
No,
was
that was
Dustin
Dustin.
McFetridge.
Dustin,
But
excuse
yes,
me.
That's what. Yeah.
Yes.
He was gonna mutilate her genitals. Why? Was he going to do that?
Not at first. Like she thought, not at first, but like once he'd started, and maybe if he like accidentally cut her, like he was like
just
some
gonna keep
kind of
going.
werewolf, and it was the sight of blood. He was like, she's such a fucking idiot.
Is he a piranha? Is that how it works?
He was going to take off the guard on the electric razor.
And then just carve her. I don't think
Just
that's.
carve her up.
I really don't think the Norelco is gonna slice up her genitals the way you think it is,
I
Kennedy.
know.
Yeah, because Dustin wanted to go there. He made great length that he thought that he wouldn't get caught, but he was just going to mutilate her and leave her bleeding to death. And her parents would get home like, how did this happen?
And then drive home in his PT Cruiser or whatever he had.
Like where he lived in Memphis, like I've said, I live 3 hours away from Memphis, and I knew that area
In
very
Memphis.
well. I still know that
Famously
area well.
where
I can take
Lorne-
you
Yeah.
to it.
Lorne from
Well,
Memphis.
that might have to happen. I'm
They
just
were
saying,
all,
as Anthony Palumbo would say, I'm just saying.
Yes, that's fine.
a little bit of rundown for anybody who doesn't know. That was basically
These
like
two are
like
going
to
to be walking
announce I
around
made
Memphis
reference.
looking for Lauren's apartment.
And pretending that, and she's just gonna show him some random apartment and tell him
Yeah.
that's it.
Exactly.
That's it. And that's the apartment right there that he used to stay in. And then he'll be like, where's the karaoke place that he's saying? It burned. It burned. I tell you, it burned to the ground. 3 people died.
Because of red molds.
One of them was my
it's
grandpappy.
He's in the Cajun Music Hall of Fame.
Actually, when Mark Korn wrote Walking in Memphis, he saw Lorne walking around Memphis, and that's what inspired the song, y'all.
And I know that for a fact because I can't join the military. I got bad knees.
there was a shooting every 30 minutes. Those places were trap houses, trap apartments, just dirty, nasty. The roof was falling in on some places, exposed wiring in others,
He's doing
exposed
the whistle again.
plumbing, just literally the worst of the worst.
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
And
Well,
when they ended up trying to close the neighborhood, they had to come in with SWAT teams and shield guards to move everyone.
what are you talking about?
Get everybody
She's
to
talking
leave.
about this fictional house.
No place-
She's talking about his fictional
She's talking about
apartment
Hurricane
in
Katrina
Memphis,
or
trying to
something.
say all of this. But she's trying to make out like this is worse than it is. This fictional house that does this in Memphis, where right now when she's telling this fucking story, his trailer doesn't have a fucking roof. Like you don't need to make Lorne look any worse than he is by making shit up.
That Lorne was. I don't see Lorne living in some Skid Row track housing, right? Like I just don't think that's the kind of place that Lorne would feel comfortable going to live in. He's not a I don't give a shit, I can live wherever kind of guy, and he can just blend in and be cool with everybody. Fuck no, Lorne would get killed on day one.
He
And
would.
he would
Walking
get-
in to get the keys.
say white bread, give me your keys, okay?
Wait, no.
Well, I'm not going to give you my keys because, it's my apartment. I'm not going to give you the keys to my apartment. Doesn't make any sense. Bang! And then they take his keys.
Yeah, that's it. Then they got his keys. Let go of the keys. They're my keys.
Plotting all the houses to move everyone out.
Wow.
So that they could basically bulldoze that entire place.
It was unsalvageable, right? Unsalvageable.
Yes.
Wow.
The apartments he were
Great contribution,
were
Jorrun.
very unsalvageable. Like they were considered a level C or D health hazard, basically, by the city, which is like, say.
How many levels are there?
It's like.
Why are you asking this question?
It's like,
She obviously knows. Let her talk.
What's the city code for demolition when an apartment's full of red mold? No, that's code 87203B.
F, but a C or a D means
You wouldn't want to live there.
you wouldn't want to live there, definitely. If
Yeah,
you
I
get
just-
F, the place is basically falling in on itself.
Like his current
Sweetheart,
trailer.
this is very interesting. Let me just interrupt to say we have 27 viewers.
Whoa!
The most I've ever had. So thank you. We already have one We have one dislike, which means Cornville Mafia has put me on the map.
That's what it is.
Yay, I'm
Goddamn
discovered.
Cornville Mafia.
Well, I mean, it's probably
Here's the first donation.
because I'm
Wes
talking
donated $3.
Wes!
Hi, Kennedy. I am unfamiliar with Jason Blaha. Could you please briefly explain who he is for the audience?
Oh,
Oh,
You
we're gonna
guys are crushing it. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for the stream.
Let's get back to him in a moment, because I don't want to stop this momentum.
Yeah.
But we will do that, Wes. $3. Thank you so much. I'm just gonna address the chat here. I have a brand new.
Can someone else post that GoFundMe link? Because I forgot all about it. And then when I went to the stream, it's gone.
I got it.
Thank you, Tiffany.
You're welcome.
Person I never met, Jason Griffin. Welcome.
Oh, and we got a donation. I'm so sorry. Ilrig, this one's all you.
Hey guys, sorry to distract from the Jorrun stuff. Just wanted to let everybody to know the Cornville 10-mile yard sale Facebook page could do with some support. So check it out. I'll be sure to do that, Dan Lever.
I heard that the comments are great, and I've never thought to look at that. So, thank you. Oh, I you know what, Catchy, I didn't see it because I didn't see it. Tiffany got it right there above you there. Guys, make sure you go and check out the that GoFundMe if you'd like to support Amanda James' dog's life. Is that the way? That's how I say it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Wow.
That's really great.
Well
yes,
done,
Amanda
well done,
James's dog needed surgery. It was
Beautiful.
very, very sick. And there was an update that was posted. So
What's the
she
update
did
say?
have, let me see 1 second. So Angie's on the mend. The surgery went well and her temperature has returned to normal. She's wearing an enormous cone around her neck and keeps bumping into things with it when she tries to walk around. But she's out of the woods and we're so relieved and grateful. My family and I are so thankful for everyone's help and support. You have all made such an enormous impact on us. It's hard to express. We're forever grateful. Thank you all so much.
Now, you had one of those cones. What was it like?
I still have it. I mean, I'm used to it now. But it was just because
you wouldn't stop biting your ankle, remember? After you got that tattoo removed.
or climbing out the window.
You had the little Cheetos Red Hot Devil on your ankle, and I told you not to get it done in jail. I said, wait till you get out. But you were in there, and Clown was in there, and Clown gave the best prison jailhouse tattoo.
The price was right.
And then you just kept biting your ankle, and we put the cone on it, and now you're good.
Now I'm good. Yeah. So there's still more that's needed. So you guys go check out the GoFundMe and help if you can.
Thank you, Tiffany.
You're welcome.
John Doe, thank you. I wish Jorrun would have been convinced to do more streams with Kennedy. Something about his barely contained annoyance is just so perfect. He actually was doing another. So it took me a while to get him to do another one. And then do you remember what happened, Tiffany?
Yes, she needed to postpone it for just a few minutes, right?
Yes.
And he refused to do
He's in a
that.
metal
He said
shed.
no. he said no, I'm going without you, and then I think he had like TCAP
He had
recipes
TCAP
or something on.
Yeah, TCAP.
Not
recipes
TCAP
on.
gaming.
Sorry. Yeah, TCAP recipes on.
You couldn't have Jorrun and TCAP gaming on because they'd only be talking about my penis. So if it was, you have to balance it out. So.
Also, 2 alphas on the same stream.
Yeah,
Like that
yeah, just a couple of alphas talking around.
Yeah.
The
Duddy or
testosterone.
Duty, I'm sorry. She's here.
And
I
well,
saw her
it
around.
was
That
funny
is-
too because he made the most money on this one.
Yes.
And he wouldn't. I don't know. I think his head got too big after that.
Do you know his total earnings ever? All donations from all streams added, what it equals? $87.
I was thinking that because did he make 82 or something?
He made 80 on this one. He made 5 on another one, and then he had a stream where he made $2.
Okay, I got it.
So he made the stream after this one where he made $80, and he was really feeling. He went and got himself a steak burrito at the gas station. Like the man was living.
Mm-hmm.
He was living. He was living the high life.
Wow.
The very next stream, he was looking forward to it. He thought he was going to make a lot of money, and he had made none. And at the very end, at the very fucking last minute, someone came in. It might have been Michael Mendoza, and dropped a $5 donation on him. And then he was like, "Oh, something came in, Saved by the Bell, but that wasn't great." And I was like, "Yeah, it seems like people really like when Kennedy's there." He goes, "Yeah, but I don't understand why." You don't have to understand. Just get her back on your channel. Trust me.
Yeah, but I don't understand why.
Yeah, he said, "I don't understand why." He said, "To tell you the truth, I don't understand why."
Well, I do, because you don't often get to have 2 experts on a subject talk so freely about something. So it's impressive. Like you got to tip your hat.
That's true.
Awesome.
I agree.
TCAP says someone punched Lorne in the nose. I can see that.
Oh yeah. Like
Lorne's neck is
best thing she said all dream.
So let me see. Off the Verge says Lorne visibly is a bad liver. I would very much agree with Kennedy here.
I'd say they're yeah.
I would believe it is
It's
caused to the
very
liver.
obvious.
It's obvious.
I mean, someone in the chat.
Well, we know.
Somebody in the chat.
I'd say they're bad liver.
Someone in the chat mentioned Lorne may have gotten into anal sex. I could see that happening.
There we go.
Here we go. You have.
They probably got raped by somebody with a Hep C.
So someone says Lorne might have got it from anal would ha ha ha. And then they're moving on. She goes, he probably got, and then she just had to throw that in.
I know.
Would it make a difference if that's how he got? Like, if that's how he got it? Like they already said that I just don't understand. I do understand.
Well, Kennedy's going to go balls to the wall and answer any question.
That's
so
true.
She's a wild card.
She's a
you
loose
say
cannon.
something, she can say anything.
She's a firecracker.
Yeah.
And she just wanted it to be clear that it wasn't consensual anal sex.
Oh, okay. So it was that kind of hepatitis C.
You get a double dose if it's rape.
Like, she just threw it out there too. Like, come on, Kennedy. It was implied. Just continue on talking about Lorne, because we finally started talking about him after 29 minutes.
With ourselves.
I follow a channel called After
Here we go.
Prison
See?
Show,
And she swore.
where the guy spent 7 years in prison and a lot more time in jail. And he said that the people who are most likely to get, I'm sorry for the phrase, friends, anally raped, were any sort of domestic abusers, with child molesters, rapists being the most
What's a
likely.
child
The average
molester?
person in general does not have them happen to, but the people who get. So unless
That's
Lorne
crazy.
was in
Nobody would have
protective
ever
custody,
guessed.
Yeah.
or in isolation,
This is the first I'd ever heard of that. Was this stream that child molesters have a pretty bad time in prison? I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. I thought they were treated pretty well.
No, here's a crazy thing. There's a hierarchy, even within prison walls.
Wow.
I know what you're thinking.
Joking.
Hey, they're all locked up. Aren't they all the same? And you'd think so, but no. It's fascinating. Let me explain it all during this Jordan stream.
the chances
Sorry,
of-
video
I
on
heard.
Fake Net.
Yeah, I heard the top people in prison, they're called the Yee Boys, and then you've got the good old boys.
Yeah, then you got the Yay Boys.
Yeah, okay.
Tiffany, how are you set up for Johnny? Thank you. Here we go. Wish maxing again. Tiffany, how are you set up for your wish maxing?
I don't know what that means.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. You just found a genie and you have 3 wishes. Go.
I don't know.
See, this is what
Terrible start.
So guys, go to r/wish maxing. Figure out what you're going to do, how you're going to set up your wishes. You need to have a plan, Tiffany. You need to have a plan because you never know when you're going to open something up or rub something, and then a genie's going to come out. And if you have, you don't know, you've never found a genie. What if there's a time limit?
But I'm the genie.
You're. Oh my god.
Aren't I?
No.
You're Jorrun's genie, but if you find a genie, that'd be a different genie.
If you found a genie,
I'm his sister genie, and then I'm gonna find a bottle with my own.
You've always had his back.
Okay.
This is why you can't wish max. This is why you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I need a man to tell me. What do I want?
What do I do with my wishes?
Of him getting, you know what, extremely high.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think he went in with the Nazis in federal prison, but I don't think he was in with the Nazis during his state stay.
Okay.
Got you. All right.
Gotcha.
So as much as I want to continue with this, Wes is paying my bills.
Yeah.
Wes is the first person to ever give me anything on stream. So if you would be so kind, could you tell him a little more about Jason Blaha?
Okay, give me 1 second.
You take your time. No.
I was waddling through my house grabbing me a drink.
Honey, seriously, like I told you, from the heart, your condition comes first. I'm a man.
She's
I don't know what
pregnant.
it's like to have something growing inside
She's
me.
acting like she's got late stage cancer.
Yeah, your condition comes first, sweetie.
She's terminally pregnant.
Yeah, she's basically 17 months pregnant at this point.
Yeah, that is true, and that'll get anyone. And guys, don't forget today's stream is brought to you by our old sponsor and once again our new sponsor. They're back, Baby Soft.
There's one person nobody can resist, and that's a baby. So love made Baby Soft with the innocent scent of a cuddly, clean baby that grew up very sexy, informing bath, body lotion, body powder, and body mist. So innocent it may well be the sexiest fragrance around. Loves Baby Soft because innocence is sexier than you think. For your baby at Christmas.
A baby who grew up to be very sexy.
What the fuck was that?
That was pretty fucking messed up, man.
That was
awful.
Yeah.
A baby who grew up to be very sexy.
Imagine, like, that's just like a guy who reads shit. Like, imagine going into work and they're like, all right, the first thing you got to record is this. Like, all right.
Wait, is this the West Most Fiverr gig? Because I don't understand what's going on.
That's how I feel when Wes sends me something to read.
You just don't even ask questions anymore.
No.
Because it's just not worth it. I'm just going to tell you something else.
Do whatever you need to do. This is secondary.
All right. Okay. So, let's see.
This is for Wes.
All right. So I left off with basically him getting hated on because he let his fans basically be scumbags to a man who's very like newborn
Fucking
child. Like,
spit it
I'm
out.
not going to quote what this person said, nor would I want anybody else to quote it. If anybody finds it, it's on them because what the person said.
What is she talking about?
Like,
she already lost me.
Account. And so,
Okay.
A lot of people started finding times where he had lied and contradicted himself and things like that. And sure enough,
Jorrun's searching new genie bottles on Etsy right now.
Account, and David
When they found his Poshmark account and all the used shoes he was buying.
Oh my god!
And then he was reviewing them, bro. Don't stop reviewing used shoes. Used woman shoes, and they were like some gold flats. We know what you're doing with those, Jordan, you sick bastard. Because when he showed, do you remember what when he showed that gold heel to Mac and Cheese, Tiffany?
Yes.
And do you remember what she asked?
I don't.
She said, "Do you wear that?" And he said, "No, I look at it and it makes me want to fuck."
Oh my god! And it was only one. You only had one.
One.
Yeah, they need one.
Well, the woman ran out with the other one, screaming into the night.
Wasn't that a prop from Funny Please?
Well, so we've all had lots of. That was one of the theories that he stole it from the prop room.
Okay.
But we don't really know. It could have been he went to the Goodwill and they had one shoe, and they're like, "Hey, do you know anyone who wants this?" Yes, I know, I do. Yes, I do. Yes. Or a Poshmark buy, and he keeps the other one.
Mm-hmm.
He only needs one to do what he needs to do, so he keeps the other one in the box.
He's only got one dick, so he only needs one shoe.
Exactly. So he keeps that one under the bed, and then as soon as this one looks, ratty and stuff, then he still has another gold shoe to masturbate himself.
Once it has too much DNA on it, then he's got the second shoe.
Do not put a blue light over that.
Like sick out, things like that, where he had basically been doing this for a while.
Doing what?
So, Jason ended up, after his little lawsuit with ended up basically being
it's the Paris.
Yeah. He ended up basically being told that he might end up having to leave.
IRS.
Oh, excuse me.
Donated $1.
Excuse me. Thank you, Adam.
Can we start from the beginning of his life? I have no
He ended
idea
up
who
basically
Jason
being told he
Blaha
might have
is.
to leave with pay.
I'm sorry.
so-
People are starting to fuck with me now.
Dude, I didn't like this attitude. I didn't like this attitude at all. We're 2 donations in, and he's already like, I'm one of the boys. and he was saying that people were fucking with him when these could have been legitimate donations that he was calling out as troll donations.
Yeah.
And so Jorrun needed to learn a lesson for that, and he would later. I wasn't home. I was having a hard time donating because of where I was, and I didn't. When I left the place I was at, I sent a comment asking. I sent a donation comment, and then when I was driving, that's when Jorrun was like, "Oh, Wes is fucking with me." And then as soon as I got home, that's when I typed out that comment about like, "Hey, it's really shitty that you would accuse me of that." I'm sorry.
I thought you were going to say I had a hard time donating ethically.
No, I had no problem with that at all. I was having a good time. Like 60 of the $80 was from me or something, or 50 of them were from me. I can't even remember. It was a lot of $1 donate. I think I also donated as Tiffany at one point.
Yes, you did.
That's why he went into his PayPal though, looking. I think he wanted your name so he could look you up.
I think he did that all the time.
I don't know if he did it all the time because it was specifically that stream that he asked me about, and he was probably disappointed because I donated as you, and he would have gone in there to see. And this was his first stream getting donations,
right?
Oh, okay.
So he wouldn't have done it all the time, Tiffany. It was his first stream, remember? With the donations. So what you said was stupid. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't stupid.
Well, I mean, it wasn't smart, so
it was alternatively smart.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Very
much.
funny, Adam. Thank you for disrupting. Please keep going.
Thank you for disrupting.
Thank you for disrupting. Well, you know what? You're the one who disrupted.
Now Wes
You
also
stopped
wants to
what she was saying, so you could read that out loud.
Well, he needed to read the donation. And speaking of reading the donation, Tiffany, can you read the donation?
Sure, from Johnny. A genie making wishes sounds like Wish Maxine to me. Tiffany's right as usual.
Well, that part's wrong, but yeah, I guess a genie making wishes. Now that's an Aladdin movie. That's a new spin on it. What if a genie found a genie?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, no, it's a Disney. It's a Disney movie. It's a Disney movie. It's not. Put your pants back on. You're like, oh, wait a second.
Well, they weren't on to begin with, so I think you know that.
That's right. He's wearing the white guy outfit.
The white guy outfit, nude.
A nude dude.
Well, he's only funny when he's nude, so I've assumed he's been fully clothed this whole stream.
Nude, please, because that's when he's funny. Sunglasses and socks, because what's funnier than that?
I don't know what to do. Now I honestly don't know what to do.
If I went into the whole life story of Jason Blaha, we would be here
for 3 hours.
It feels like hours, Kennedy.
It's supposed to be a Lorne stream.
Like, this guy has so much fucking content. It takes days to basically comb through.
Long story short, Kennedy.
Yeah, guys, just go to Danknet. He is a very, very thorough
plug Danknet
guy. And I want to talk about the trailer or failure.
The trailer. The trailer or failure.
But long story short, this man ended up being called out by a website called Popular Military.
And then what happened?
And then this man decides that he is going to do the dumbest thing a man can, who lives in fucking Texas with his sister and his ex-stripper girlfriend.
Okay. I have a question for the audience. What's the dumbest thing you can do if you live in Texas with your what is it? Your
sister?
Girlfriend, your sister, and your stripper girlfriend.
Your ex.
Your sister Genie.
No, she didn't know. You're adding to it. It's a normal. It's a normal question you might find on the SAT. What's the worst thing that you can do? What's the worst thing you can do if you're living in Texas with your sister and your stripper girlfriend, ex-stripper girlfriend, Tiffany?
Oh, this one's for the boys.
No, you have to
answer that.
You have to answer first. What's the worst thing you can do?
I don't know.
All right, good answer. A Cornville three-way.
I can't remember her exact wording, but it's like, rip off veterans. I don't know why we had to have the pregnant pause there.
Oh, is that wrong too?
All right, ill.
Threaten veterans.
Threaten, that's right.
There you go. Thank you. That is absolutely the worst thing you can do. Guys, if you are studying for your SATs, make sure you jot that one down in the margins.
I would love to know what the ex-stripper girlfriend has to do with the threatening. Like, why is that part of the worst thing you can do?
It's just like, part of she's painting a picture of who this guy is, right?
So it'd be like, the worst thing you can do is threaten veterans. They're like, well, did he have an ex-stripper girlfriend?
Because that makes it worse.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. She was a current stripper, so it's actually canceled. It cancels itself out. Them titties look like and it's fine.
And threaten veteran.
It was so poisoning.
My dad is a vet.
Did she get choked up, or did she just did her brain break for a second?
Her brain broke.
Brain broke.
Definitely. Yeah.
Even she forgot what she was talking about.
Yes, she did.
Jordan says, "Oh, my dad was a veteran. He wouldn't like that very much. You know what your dad wouldn't like? Anything that you're doing right now. I bet. I bet your dad would not approve of that. He would not approve of cacao. He would none of it. He saw
the tiny man. He's fine with.
Yeah. He saw Jorrun on that big fucking giraffe, and he's like, I'm done. I'm going home.
Everyone's spare thought for Mr. Comedy.
Dad, I want to show you what I made. Look, it's me. I'm on a big giraffe. I was like, no. I'll see you next Father's Day. I'm done.
He needs a ride to the city by a giant eagle.
I might call you later. Nope. I told you. No, never again. Never. You tricked me over here. You said you were hurt.
I
am hurt. I fell off the giraffe.
My feelings.
One of my cousins is a vet. Is in the military.
Okay.
My best friend who I grew up with since I was.
So Jordan knew his dad was in the military, so Kennedy has to name, I'll see you one father, and I'm about to raise you, okay?
Little bitty, like we were in diapers together. Her two siblings, one's in the Air Force, the other's in the Marines.
She out-militaried you, Jordan. Accept it.
No, nobody is.
She sunk your battleship,
and
bitch.
Her father was in the Air Force.
Wow.
Nobody.
Don't mess with that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, I got a new subscriber, Precious. My notifications. Somebody named Aaron.
Oh,
Aaron
hi,
E.
Aaron.
Thank you. Awesome.
But yes, long story short, Jason Blaha decided that he was going to threaten veterans in the middle of Texas.
With a stripper girlfriend.
It's pretty much one of the capital's events.
What?
Like,
okay.
They just kind of
Are you sure about
retire
that?
out to there a lot more than anywhere else.
Where did you
cite
your source? Where did you get that information from?
It's Columbus, Mississippi, Texas, and
Memphis,
Alabama.
Really?
Here.
Okay.
And then of course Florida, because those are all big bases around us.
Got you. Yeah.
Mhm.
Whoa. Interesting.
Whoa.
Daphne is here. Hello, Daphne, my new darling. She's awesome.
Got an awesome
Is she?
name.
Okay.
How do you know?
Because her name's Daphne, bro, like the girl from Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
I bet she's hot.
Now
Her name wouldn't be Daphne if she didn't look like
No.
Daphne.
I bet Daphne
That's
drives
true.
a Volkswagen, some sort of Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to drive that, bro, if you're an ugly girl. They won't even sell you one. You won't.
Right.
There's a credit approval and there's an
You must be
attractiveness
this hot
approval.
too.
Yeah, they
buy
put a
this
little
car.
meter up next to you. They put a little thing up next to you, like when they're checking your
sorry,
tint.
Daphne.
I'm sorry,
Just-
Daphne.
You're more of
Maybe
a
if you were
Selma.
like a bit more low cut, maybe I could get you into this vehicle today. But
You're too bland to be a Daphne. Why don't you go to the Ford dealership?
By threatening this man's wife and child,
Fuck.
and then by threatening fucking veterans.
Piece of
he's
shit.
getting mad now.
Piece
Yeah, he
of
is a
shit.
very big piece of shit.
Oh,
Like,
Tegan's on the
on
stream.
the scale of Dustin
Where?
McFetridge to Lorne,
Uh-huh.
he excels even past Dustin McFetridge at this point.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Damn. Who would you say
Whoa.
first? Dustin or
Whoa.
Lorne?
Well, Dustin was going to genuinely, I believe Dustin was going to genuinely, excuse the language,
Yep.
mutilate this girl.
What was she trying to say?
Generally.
Genitally. She wanted to. She was going to say she was going to genitally mutilate. Her, so she keeps. So she does like a Kennedy mini syllable. Let's go back. I think Dustin was gonna.
At this point.
Whoa. Damn. Who would you say is worse, Dustin or Lorne?
Well, Dustin was going to genuinely, I believe Dustin was going to genuinely, excuse the language, mutilate
Say
this
the
girl.
language. Then we can decide.
There is no doubt in my mind that that's what he was going to use that razor for.
No doubt in her mind.
No doubt.
No doubt.
No doubt. And,
No doubt.
Bury that man under the prison.
and
No diggity.
some people can argue with me, but there is no doubt when you bring
Oh, I would argue with you.
a razor.
There's no doubt when you bring a razor, it's because you're going to slice that person up, guys.
Yes.
Why else would you bring it? Why would you have a knife in your kitchen unless you was going to stab a bitch? Hmm?
Like,
Don't lie to
like
me.
does she think he brought like a cutthroat razor? Like, is that what he's like?
Bro, he had one of those Menon razors or like
Yeah.
Gillette, the best a man can get. You don't think that could slice a woman to ribbons? It's got 3 blades and they lift the hair and separate it so that it never touches your skin. The smoothest shave a man can get. And it'll also slice up woman genitals. It says it in smaller letters. you gotta read the back of the box. John Doe. Incoming, everyone, incoming. This is the streamer Jorrun goes on some weird tirade about different ethnicities. About different ethnicities breeding, right?
Well, it is a Jorrun stream, so
I remember
you can
it
be
being
sure
so
he does.
jarring. He does. He's going to talk about the Cape Verdeans. He's going to talk about the Cape Verdeans.
The race of supermodels.
They're like a race
Yeah,
of
dude.
supermodels.
Do you think if Jorrun was still around, we could convince him to do an ethnicity ranking stream where he ranked the different ethnicities
by hotness?
Yes. Definitely.
Yeah, or just by anything. Jorrun, what do you think of these different ethnicities?
Well, blacks are the funniest. For obvious reasons.
They cook good barbecue.
Yes. So this is in fact that stream. Because why wouldn't you talk about Cape Verdean breeding? His brother's Facebook page, he was at some Cape Verdean festival or you know how they do like the Greek festival. He was at, and then he had a video. It was like Cape Verdean girls dancing. And then he had a girl one where he was just like zoomed in on her ass as some girl was walking away.
Oh my god! That was Jorrun that did that.
No, it was the other
A
one
different
who looks.
one.
Yeah.
Oh
He
my
looks like
God.
Jorrun, but like with a job. It's really weird. Yeah.
This is what Jorrun would look like if he had a job.
Yeah, like alternate version Jorrun with a job.
And it's literally just this picture, but he's got a tie on. That's what I'm picturing.
Somebody's house who is underage.
Yeah.
Thank you, John Doe.
That's a pretty
Shit. Now, do you think he would intentionally do that, or do you think it would be an accident?
I go back and forth. I think
got
it
you.
would have maybe been an accident at first, and then became purposeful.
Oh, and then he was
Yeah.
bloodthirsty.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to control himself.
It's like that scene in Finding Nemo where the sharks smell blood, and then they're like, "Oh shit!"
Sorry, I cut you. Then he like looks up. Or am I? Then he just keeps going. He just keeps going. Stop it! I can't. Dagmaster, Dustin brought the electric shaver his grandmother got him for Christmas the year before. She still feels guilty. You don't really think about that. What if you are the person who bought him that razor? And you brought my razor? The razor your grandma bought you before she died?
I remember it was
Dustin,
in a box.
make sure you
wasn't
ask.
it?
What was it in a box?
Yeah, but
I believe so.
I
yeah.
doubt he's too hygienic.
No,
I'm sure.
no.
I'm sure he got it 2 Christmases ago.
No, he's a warranty guy. So he's going to keep the original box in case he has to ship it back. He's that guy. He's going to keep all of his boxes for his TVs and everything, because if there's something that goes wrong with it, they normally want you to ship it back in the manufacturer box. If this dude's going to write probation and try and get off so that he can get cheaper ink at Walmart, he's definitely saving boxes.
So, if it's unused, he can return it. It's like, I meant to use this, but I got arrested, so I don't really need it anymore.
I was going to slice up female genitals to ribbons.
But I never got the chance.
We could say they lied to me too.
I can see it both ways.
It's hard for me to 100% without a doubt say.
Yeah, is it hard for you to
I don't know a
100%
lot
say
about
about what he was
Where
going
is
to
he
do?
from? Do you know his state of origin?
I
I like his accent. I mean, honestly, and that's how he would kind of fool me if I met him on the street, because he just sounds like, "Oh, I really want to hold you."
Wait. So you like his accent, and it'd be hard for you to resist him on the street because he really wanted to hold you. Just think, Jorrun, are you hearing what you're saying? I really want to hold you. And Jordan's like, of course, hold me.
Yeah, absolutely.
No one's
I
ever
haven't been
said that
touched
to
by
me
another
before.
human being in years. Right, yeah, exactly.
Is that razor to slice up my genitals? Well, have at it. Maybe that's what happened before we saw it.
I cannot think of it off the top of my head.
Okay. All right. Next up, do you want to talk about the trailer of Failure, or do you want to go back to your experience with what Lorne's living arrangements was like?
Here we go.
Yes, let's do that.
Go back to
Here we
that
go.
real quick, because I was
Sure.
gonna just say if he does have Hep C, it would not surprise me.
From the trailer?
No, or from the trailer. I can't speak.
Kennedy, now you know you gotta
Or
say
the,
trailer.
from the place in Memphis because,
Oh,
like
yes.
I said, I had
Yeah.
the unfortunate ability to.
The unfortunate ability, like she's a goddamn mutant. All right, Magneto, what's your unfortunate ability that you lived in Memphis and you don't know geography? Is that your unfortunate ability?
And diagnose Hep C via pictures.
Wait, but just like the blood in prison can tell Lorne that he's not a predator. How come Kennedy can't look at a RSO picture and say that man has hepatitis C, probably
That's a
from
good
anal
point.
sex? I can see it in his neck.
It's one of those places
Oh, he's got
before
the
it got
anal sex Hep
completely,
C.
totally, like, of course, we snuck in because we were all teenagers and.
Oh, this
wanted
gets
to
more
see what this
interesting.
place was.
What, that they were teenagers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, as soon as she
And now
said
he's
we
actually going to
snuck-
listen.
Yeah, he perked up in his chair. Oh, whoa, hold on now. I wasn't even listening until you said you was a teenager. Talk
Did any
slower.
of you wear your hair in a high pony by chance?
Yeah. What was your high school mascot? This is important. Because anyone who doesn't know, Jorrun did frequent the like a lot of high schools put their pep rallies or, they have shit from their school up. If their school was like the Genies or the Sultans or anything related, Genie like, he was going and commenting things like, I wish this was my high school.
Wow.
Now, if you didn't know anything about Jorrun and there's just some random, the video might have 9 comments and one of them's just like this random dude who goes around looking for things to masturbate to related to genies, and he just so happens to find a high school pep rally with girls out there of who knows what age dancing around in things that to him are genie related. But that's totally normal, and people should leave Jorrun alone. They're just making things up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we snuck into these like abandoned, about to be tore down places in fucking Memphis, like dumbasses.
Just
of course,
exactly where Lorne lived.
teenagers.
Yes.
And like when we opened up the door to these places, like I said, exposed wiring, exposed ventilation, just
Living like an
mold.
animal.
Yeah, like it was mold everywhere, holes in the walls, just and this is. And you can go online to Church of God and see the place when Lorne lived there.
No, you couldn't.
And it
He
had
didn't fucking live there.
Yeah, he didn't live there.
So the funny thing is, between him living in Memphis and him living in the trailer of failure, it's mold, it's exposed wiring, it's holes in the wall, and he's sleeping on a pile of clothes like a dog, like an animal, and he's going to bring a 13-year-old back to that. That just makes him even more reprehensible in my eyes.
Yeah, because that's the main thing. It would be all right if he was just raping a kid, but if he's going to do it in a shitty house, I mean, that's
at least
far.
have a nice house.
Yeah,
at least have a nice house and like a silly Posturpedic mattress. At the very least, right? At the very least, get a hybrid mattress, guys. Something with the foam and with the spring. You're going to like it. It's going to look a lot better. And when you bring a kid back there, at least you're not sleeping on a pile of clothes. Okay?
Jesus Christ.
Do better.
It's barely a crime at that point.
Do better.
Right? That just makes him
even
worse of a creep.
Yeah, that makes him even worse of a creep.
Yeah, it was so the place where he was about to bring this girl,
from Bowling Green to Memphis.
The carpet was fucking nasty when I went in there, and I've seen pictures from Church of God.
Oh no, not the carpet.
Was it shocking that they didn't look anything like this fucking
The weirdest part, Kennedy, is that he didn't live in Memphis, so we don't know where the fuck you were. That's the craziest part. Can I tell you the craziest part about this story is that you're still going, and that Jorrun is repeating it and saying Memphis, and that all these people in the chat know goddamn well that Lorne did not leave in Memphis. But guess how many people corrected him? Let her cook.
The carpet is basically
come on, you got it.
a little terraform of mold.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow. Good wording,
What
by
color
the way.
Yeah.
Like that.
Wow.
There's no
She been hanging out
concept
with Eel.
believe
Got those
anymore.
big
It's
words.
just like a terraform of
Kennedy's
mold
stealing my
everywhere.
shtick.
And you told me about a type of mold I personally am not familiar with.
Red mold. There was red mold.
Wow.
I mean, of course,
When in your two conversations did red mold come up?
Yeah.
Now, he said it like a morning show, too. Now, you told me about a mold I'd never heard before. And she's like, red mold. Red mold! And how do people get red mold? Well, we're going to find out, because coming up next from the San Diego Zoo, like, that's how he said that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this was just an this is a bit we pre-worked. The red mold conversation.
Yeah.
of course, that could be a southern
And
colloquial.
just so you guys know, Nashville to Bowling Green is like a 60-minute drive. Memphis to Bowling Green is 4 hours and 10 minutes.
Nice.
Lorne definitely did not have enough gas to get there and back and there and back again.
No.
Term for what a lot of people might call that
Yeah.
specific type of mold, but
Just say, well, there we go.
Someone's coming in.
Tiffany
was
Lockhart
me.
donated $1.
Thank you, darling.
Kennedy, I am curious how you would have catfished Lorne if you had the chance.
Do you remember why I asked that, Tiffany?
I don't.
Because she would always talk about how she would troll Lorne if she had a chance.
Oh, yeah.
And it was always, I still say it to Reborn now, I would have just hung up on him. As soon as he started talking to me like that, I would have hung up on him. Well, your call would have been 3 seconds long. Why would you do that? Stupid.
I
You
know.
hang up?
I'm not sure if this is the one she's going to say, but I remember her saying that she would go on a live stream and have everyone tell her what to say to him, the most disgusting things, and she wouldn't be afraid to say it to him.
Yeah.
So once again, a 3-second call.
Yeah.
Which would still be more successful than the troll that Kelp did on Jorrun. So we should have that.
Well, that was just sexual banter. That was
Yeah.
actually just sexual banter disguised as a troll.
but red mold is a thing. I don't know if it's like what specific kind of mold it is, but I do know it's an actual thing. It's a mold that has
fine.
a red hue to it.
It's
Kennedy,
A red
I don't know if you
Yes.
can hear notifications when I'm getting them. Can you hear that
I
on your side?
cannot.
No, because you
we
haven't
just
shared your
got
desktop.
a dollar
you
from
fucking
Miss
idiot.
Tiffany Lockhart,
There we
Oh,
go.
thank you, precious.
Good job,
Lockhart.
and she wanted a question. She asked you a question.
She wanted a question.
and it's so good. It's my pleasure. She said, "If you could catfish Lorne," which, by the way, Jorrun 100% supports.
Oh, nice. Third
how
person
would
talk, Deion
you
Sanders.
catfish him? What would your character be like, or whatever? She didn't get
Oh,
much
I
more
would
specific.
I would just be myself. I'm
Really?
Not even gonna lie, Tiffany. Like, I thought about
My favorite
because
character.
I'm from the South.
Oh, hold on. She said it. She said the thing. Oh, whoa. Tiffany, you really made me fuck that up.
I didn't do anything.
Exactly. You guys all heard her admit it. Not a goddamn thing.
Which, by the way, Jorrun 100% supports. How would you catfish him? What would your character be like, or whatever? She didn't get much more specific.
I would just be myself. I'm
Really?
not even gonna lie, Tiffany. Like I thought about just because I'm from the South. Down here, we don't really, in my family at least, we don't take shit from nobody.
Nice.
No,
That's not what your TikToks say.
not our husbands, not our kids, not our own
TikToks say
family.
differently.
We take shit from no one. We take no prisoners. So, of course, I would just be myself because I take no shit from no one. And the first time he started yelling at me like a child, I'd just keep hanging up on him till he stopped.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Perfect.
I'll tell you what. So my thing is, I really want the next catfish to have an accent. I've been heavily trying to strong arm Australian.
Why?
Why? Why?
So
What
it
is
could
he
be
so-
like she's catfishing him.
Yes, so he can masturbate to it.
Why? I don't even understand that. Why? What is having an accent? I don't get it.
You're asking a man who's infatuated with ethnicities why an accent would matter to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the accent part of it for him? I thought it was just the looks.
I'm sure it is because the Sheila. Do you remember that's what's funny about this is he was heavily pushing for Australia. Well, Wine Lover did briefly troll him before I took it over, but Sheila, he loved the accent. He loved having his little Australian princess.
That famous New Zealand / Australian accent.
Well, I mean, you know, it's close enough.
It all
Callie
sounds
Slime,
the same.
it's
Not far enough, if you ask me.
Zing! Take that, Australia. Callie Slime Bucket Witch Lady. Can we please get back to talking about Jason Blaha? Ill sucks balls. True. Both that is true.
There's another word in there.
Well, it's a race word. We don't talk about cotton. You don't talk about cotton on a black person's stream. Everyone knows that. Eli
Well,
Whitney.
it's capital C, so it's a person. By the way,
Cotton
it's me and my lover
from the Scream franchise. Is that who we're talking about?
Yes. Exactly.
So they you know what, Callie, you're in luck because I do believe Jason Blaha comes up at least one more time throughout the remainder of the stream. At least once more.
That's a surprise.
Yeah.
Whoever's to do it because I love that accent. I really like your accent, Alf.
Do you, Jorrun?
You do not, but thank you.
You're very welcome. So it definitely, that would be pretty fucking cool.
That would be pretty fucking cool.
He meant to say hot.
Lorne Identity says red mold is just a big pile of blood.
It looks like blood because
okay, that's fine.
Seeping through, because it's like the mold just keeps growing, and the way that because building codes are very lax here in the South, we don't test mold very often in a lot of our stuff.
Gotcha.
Right.
When it starts bleeding through your walls, it does look like blood splotches almost.
That's scary as fuck shit. I'd be like, my ass is out of here.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
It is very creepy looking.
Shit.
Let me address our new friends. SJ Maple. Hey, thanks for coming, brother. Joey's Teacap is here.
Joey, missed you.
Katie Kev says the guy posing with a female voice should catfish Lorne next. I ain't the one.
This is
no
actually
one's asking you.
That actually brings up Matt's comment here. If I was catfishing Lorne, I would be a beautiful lady and fall in love with him for real. Because down here we're from the South. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Thank you, Matt. See, Tiffany, this is how you make a good comment. See how I highlighted on the screen? I never highlight yours.
No, you don't.
Exactly. So just model it after that.
Okay, I'm gonna copy that.
Yeah.
Write it down.
Ooh, yes. Excellent. In my Mr. Burns voice.
Thank you for explaining it.
Yeah, exactly.
Drag queens who absolutely hate child predators.
Yeah.
And to do with it,
I do know.
Not the drag queens that love child predators.
We got those. You have that side, but then I'm affiliated with the side that doesn't like them. That side of the fence. Like, what a weird. And then she's going to go on about this documentary that does not exist. It doesn't exist.
It doesn't.
It does not exist.
Gay in the South, it doesn't exist. Wow.
Gay in the South. No, I'm not saying they're not gay. Okay, I'm not saying there aren't gay people in the South. I don't want you to think that.
Wow, you don't think that there are gay people in the South? Wow, unbelievable. Wait until I tell my boyfriend, Mr. Cotton, about this.
Which, by the way, I'm going to plug this. There is a short documentary that has one of my mother's best friends, who is my godfather.
Oh my god!
And it's called Gay in the South.
Gay in the South.
If you want to go check that out and give that some love, if you're into that, please do.
Oh, baked salmon. One of my closest friends and the guys I've worked with most. Baked salmon is here, ladies and gentlemen. Baked and I were talking.
Tiffany, hit those air horns. Thank you.
Talking today about our next project. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but it is forthcoming. So if you loved what we did in the past, we did a Jorrun's Theater of the Mind.
RuPaul's Drag Race Sex Offender Hater Season.
Where he knocked out the park. We did a
what's going on, Piss Hansen?
MST3K thing about Lawrence.
You guys are doing a PMS this week with Piss Hansen and Sloth Cat on Wednesday, so make sure you check that out.
Cooking show. Very proud of our work together.
Oh shit! He just mentioned the cooking show with baked salmon. C3W, you just saw it for the first time. What did you think?
Well, I thought it was much better than the one that you and Bake did. To be honest.
Yeah.
But I mean, I thought it was fantastic. I mean, you could barely tell it was scripted. It was just so their chemistry was brilliant.
No, it's not quite this chemistry.
Not quite, but it's pretty close.
It is good. It is good. So we will check that out on the conclusion, because we're definitely not going to finish this tonight. But when we conclude this one, we will have to check out that video as well. No, Callie, wrong.
So let me see. If anybody wants to participate for Miss Tiffany Lockhart, you can give her bananas in the chat. Clobbering time, if you want to give him hammers, by all means. Baked, I don't know what we give Baked. He and Wes, of course.
We give him a string.
A fish?
Not a fishing hook. That would be wrong.
A string, maybe.
Scarlett gave him a fish and what looks like a king. That's cool. So, yeah. Let me see.
Oh, I wonder if he didn't like that, because Scarlett would get drunk and then you'd see the real her.
Yeah.
And she was into him. I wonder if he didn't like her giving him the crown.
Well, no, especially not so, soon after wanting to strong arm an Australian into being the next Catfish, because I assume he was talking about her.
He was always saying that he was trying to get her.
Because he wouldn't want a male Australian too.
No, God, no. It need to
what would be the point?
It need to be a female, and she would need to talk about how her hair was up in a high pony.
Yeah.
She would definitely be modeled. If he was in charge, if he was the booker, and he was in charge of scripting it, she would be a Genie, and she was gonna but she would be a modern Genie, so it would backfire on Lorne. But that's what Jorrun would think was really funny and really hot.
Exactly. Yeah, and if it was a male Australian, it'd be like, I can't even get hard to this. What's the point?
He can't get. Well, to be fair,
can't get hard in general, but
he couldn't get hard at all. He had to hold his penis.
The familiar problem to Jorrun.
Do you remember him holding? He was holding it like it was a dainty little teacup with his thumb in his.
Yeah, just like
a little tip, Jorrun. If you're gonna have to hold it with fingers, don't use your pinky and your thumb. Like you're a jeweler. That's how he was holding it. It's so dainty. Look at that dainty.
See, these are the tips you should have been giving him. It's actually helpful.
Remember, he didn't tell me that he was sending dick pics. I told him not to send any pictures.
You did.
So he did it in secret, and he didn't tell me that he was using a Bic pen to painfully etch into said penis. I would have advised against that too. Well, what do you have to write with? Well, I have a Bic pen and an X-Acto knife. All right, well, here's what you're going to do. Get the X-Acto knife. Like, why would you write on your penis? Why would you write on your penis with a Bic pen? And I don't need an answer, because there is no answer. The answer is you wouldn't.
What else can we discuss?
Not now.
So, yeah. Oh, let's see. TCAP says you have to join Jorrun's OnlyFans for the next project. I did in your piece. I don't even know what an OnlyFans is. I mean, I'm still so new. I'm learning.
Shit.
No.
I don't have a Twitter up.
No. I don't think it is bullshit, because he masturbates on Instagram. You're not going to go to OnlyFans and find like a Genie. Like, his fetish isn't really served like that. Maybe now there is, but back I'm sure there wasn't like just some Genie related OnlyFans girl. He would go and look up the belly dancers and all that shit on Instagram. He would leave thirsty fucking comments, and he would get checked all the time about like treating people with respect. And like, he would be like, oh my God, they're so hot. And they would be like, yeah, and they're also really talented and smart women too. And they'd be like, yeah, but can I see their feet? Like, just shut the fuck up and show me their feet. Like, the fact, like, the creep. One of the creepier things about Jorrun was going and finding just random people's Halloween pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And there was that one where like all the family was pirates except for one of them who was a Genie. And it said like, and the caption was like, guess who had to stand out this year or something. And there's like a little bush, a little hedge in front of her feet. And Jorrun's like, hey, what a great picture. Do you have any of her feet?
my god!
Right,
Are you
it was the sister's feet. It wasn't even like the person who was posting the video.
Yeah, it wasn't even her. He's like, what a great family picture. Do you have any where like the feet are showing?
Oh my god,
that's fucking crazy.
I mean, yeah, I guess I can imagine, but I'd really like to masturbate with what I see. Like, because why else would this egg-looking man be asking to see pictures of your sister's feet?
It is so hard to find quality Genie content, so it really makes this one.
You got to make it yourself. Well, with AI now, Jorrun hopefully is making his own just with AI, not making it with real people.
Oh,
because he can just do it's probably, you know what, he wouldn't. I was going to say he wouldn't because it's not the same, but then I remember he was jacking off to the little doodle, the perverted Genie doodle.
yes, definitely. But as long as it was free too.
But is he going to create the AI? Would he want someone to do it for him? Because
he would look for it.
He was paying people on DeviantArt to make his little Genie.
Was he really?
Yeah.
I thought it was just stuff that he found.
No, he was like doing trades with people where he would like write something for them, and then they would make him a little perverted Genie picture, and then they would make pictures of his character, Jorrun the Barbarian.
Right? Yes, Jorrun the Barbarian. I remember that now.
Now I do have a picture of Jorrun in his barbarian costume that he told me about when I was catfishing him as Stephanie. Let me see if I can dig that up.
Yeah,
he said he was saving it because he couldn't wear it till he was in really good shape. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it's probably still in the back of the closet.
Still saving that one.
It's like, what's your Twitter? I'm like, I have this. Like, I have Streamlabs now, and I have this channel. That's the entirety of my empire. So,
well, how do you expect to get the breeds if you don't have Twitter?
Yeah, Twitter.
Flobber says, "I will play Thought Crimes in your minds if you don't." TCAP recipes like I just give everyone toilet paper. Very cool. Okay, so what else here? Trailer of failure. We could discuss that.
Oh God.
What else did we talk about yesterday you want to get into?
We got, oh God, I got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I know. Like after yesterday, it's like we could go anywhere. Y'all could almost throw topics.
We'll go somewhere.
Like, we can start off on the trait.
It's 54 minutes in. We can start off.
We call it
we can go anywhere.
Trailer. That's a new one on me.
Trailer.
That's how you said it before.
But everybody else
Fucking
calls
idiots.
them something else, and every time I speak to somebody from up north, I try to change what I say, but it ain't happening.
Yeah. So far, we're communicating okay, but occasionally I just know I'll throw out something, or you will, and be like, stop. What is that?
Yeah, I'm sure eventually I'll say something where you're like, what? What's that?
Yee, boy.
I was telling
excuse me.
I was telling you yesterday how obviously I'm from New England.
You still don't know what Yee boys and Yayo boys are?
I don't.
I don't care. And she's gonna explain.
No. I'll explain it to you.
Thank you.
Good old boys go mudding and they wear fishing shirts and their mama didn't put their hands on them. Okay,
right?
Everybody got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yee boys don't wear fishing shirts. They do go mudding. They do go fishing. They go fishing. No fishing shirt. Their mama did put their hands on them. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So which one?
Okay, so you know the difference now.
Well, but
exactly.
But then she also talks about the fishing shirt and how they're nice. They are nice. They're a nice shirt.
Yes. So you do know.
It had to do with going to a girl's house for a date, right?
If you're a Yee or
like the difference.
No.
What they were wearing.
Well, yeah.
They
different.
No, but they got. You are right. They got to it because they were critiquing the outfit that Lorne wore to his date with the child.
Because I sent a donation and asked Kennedy what she thought about Lorne's outfit. It was a $2 for $1 question.
And then Jorrun decided to tell us what he would wear on his date with the child.
Yeah.
He would have nice girly shoes on. His hat would be nice.
More populous area can be very different. And the only phrase he uses that I've ever heard here, because he sounds country with a capital C and some of the way he pronounces things like again and Rolly. But in my area...
Country.
What's that?
I said, hey, country.
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 But he says good in you, and I have heard good in you, and I probably
Oh my
said
God.
it.
This is my best. My
And
favorite.
Someone who was actually Great Basket's daughter, Cyber Squeak, she's just like, okay, so in what context do you use that? I go, good in you is, so basically someone says, hi, how you doing? And we say good in you, which is just a very quick way of saying, I am doing fine today, and how are you yourself?
Oh, okay. Oh,
Wait, so good
Got
and
it.
plenty? Good and plenty candy. That's good and plenty. Okay.
because they're good and there's plenty of them.
I got it. So
Great.
the
Fantastic.
is like and. It's just a shorter way of saying that. So good, Tiffany, good and you, good and you. Do you get it now?
I do, yes.
This just opened up a whole new world for me. I can't believe. Good and you.
I was
just
arrested for
subtract that
assault
into
and
good,
battering.
comma,
Assault battery.
in you, good and yourself.
Oh.
So,
Yeah. Down
That's
here,
what you
we
mean.
when we ask somebody how they're doing, we say, how's your mama and them?
Oh, I like that. How's your mama doing?
How's your mama?
How's your mama
How's your
doing?
mama and them?
I like that. I didn't even hear it correctly.
Oh, mom and them. Okay, yeah.
Mama and them. That's
Gotcha.
all one word.
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah,
had to
yeah.
stop. You know, like, what?
Mama and them. How's your mama and them?
I
Which
like it.
basically means how are you and how's your family? So like
Wow, really?
that's the way we say that, and how you respond is just they all right, I guess.
Uh-huh.
What if they're
There's
not?
one country phrase, but I think it's more Midwestern than Southern. But I had a buddy, he was from, I believe,
Doesn't matter.
Ohio.
Doesn't matter.
And he said they would finish, I don't know if it was a greeting or a closing, but they'd be like, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.
Oh, good Lord willing, the creek don't rise.
There you go, which is so much more country than anything I would ever hear in my part of
It's
the country.
creek. It's creek with an
Oh yeah,
accent.
It's not
that
creek,
just
it's crick.
means
Yeah, tell her, Jordan.
creek, not creek.
Tell the girl who's from the South how they say it down in the South. Jordan.
creek.
Yes.
Sherry wants to watch herself.
Yeah.
She is
But,
getting.
Precious.
Which is
Hey!
Oh, hold on.
There he is.
Wes Mose donated $1.
Wes.
Today is the one-day anniversary of Bakeline. Will you sing happy birthday to Baked Salmon and I?
Oh, it'd be my honor.
Sherry, shut your fucking whore mouth.
That just went over the
I'm so sorry.
Sherry.
If you're not sorry, you knew that was going to happen.
Absolutely. And she was laughing. She thought that was so much. Look at Wild Card. Little Charlie Kelly telling the cat to shut the fuck up on the air. I'm so silly. You never know what I'm gonna do, but it'll be stupid.
Watch it.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I thought I muted
fine.
myself to yell at my cat.
No, you didn't.
You did.
Nah,
Okay, people, it's a
Nah.
cat, not a human being. It's okay.
It's a cat, not a human
but-
being. It's fine. It's fine.
Precious.
Fuck them
Precious.
cats.
We just got more money from West Mose.
Yep.
Today,
Oh, pussy.
today is the 1 year anniversary of Bakeline.
No, she said Wessie.
He
Oh, I
requested.
thought you said pussy.
He said
too.
pussy.
He requested
He
you,
said
I,
pussy.
Camilla, whatever, saying happy birthday.
See, I
It would
always
be
thought she
an
said
honor.
blessy. Like, is that some
Do we
kind
do
of
it
short way of saying
Marilyn
bless you?
Monroe style,
Oh.
or-
He said,
when I
how's your
asked-
mom and them?
I asked, it's the 1 year anniversary of Bakeline. Sing happy birthday, right? I expect them to sing it together. First of all, I don't expect them to do it at all. I just donated $1 and told you to sing happy birthday. That's ridiculous. But but Jordan, because he is such a performer, they need to sing it individually. I've never seen this. Like, how many times have you seen people sing happy birthday together? Like, lots of times, but more times than you can count. How many of those events did you hear someone go like, well, I'm going to sing it separately. I'm going to sing it, and then you're going to sing it.
I know.
It's a group song.
the next birthday, mate, I'm going to be like, right, okay, I'll go first, then you go, and then we'll go around the room.
40 minutes ahead.
You have to sit there while the candles are burning down.
I'm gonna jazz mine up a little bit. Happy birthday! No, sing it traditional.
You can't do it with an ice cream cake because it's just all.
And then she said, should I do it Marilyn Monroe style? Just sing the goddamn song.
Do it pop punk.
You're female, so you do it Marilyn Monroe, and I'll do it
because he couldn't do it because he's not female. He couldn't do it Marilyn Monroe.
He's gonna do it R&B style.
You do it first.
Sure.
Ready? He's gonna do it Marilyn Monroe
Luckily,
style.
I was smart, and I warmed up. I did vocal exercise before.
Of course you did.
You're a fucking idiot.
AKA Phil.
Just in case someone asks you to sing.
I mean,
you never know.
Because if you sing Happy Birthday without warming up properly, that is just a recipe for, you're gonna get vocal cords.
You're gonna get a bad performance.
Damage.
You're gonna probably get some thumbs down on your video.
And the vocal range required. You can't go in cold.
Yeah, you're gonna hit that big at the end without warming up, Tiffany. Of course you will. When I sing, I sound like this. When I sing, I sound like this. Like you gotta warm up.
Sweet. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
This is what you get when you do warm-ups.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Maybe don't do warm-ups next time. Try that way.
Happy birthday to you and many more.
Headline that, Mr. President.
There you go.
Gorgeous.
The sexy Marilyn.
My Lorne yells at Catfish. Yes, because she's being weird and trying to like
sing the damn song, Kennedy.
Like she's standing at the end of the hallway screaming.
Yeah, there's a reason for that, Kennedy.
Go address that.
Probably needs to be fixed. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good sign of a future mother when they're neglecting the needs of their screaming animal.
Yeah.
Mommy has to scream.
Boston accent. I'm originally from Massachusetts, Daphne. So accent is similar. Boston is even more nasal, and they use a couple terms we don't use, like they call soft drinks tonic. But yeah, that's pretty much my accent. Do you
this is
want
a
to
weird
now?
interlude to the happy birthdays.
Yeah, yes.
All right.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
She still did R&B, so I thought she was doing Marilyn.
Happy birthday, dear babe.
This was...
It's getting hot. How come?
There we go.
Getting hot, how come?
Sorry, Dex. If I knew you, I would be able to do the whole Marilyn Monroe lap dance that she was singing. Singing.
How would you do that?
The Kennedys.
Well,
Nice.
ew.
Nice.
Remember, guys?
Okay.
Remember back in the day when they did that? When Marilyn Monroe did a lap dance, gyrating lap dance on the president's lap when she sang that song?
Yes.
You don't remember?
I do remember that. It was very salacious.
You know, that was back when they were shooting Elvis from the hips up, you know, or from the shoulders up, because they didn't want to show his gyrating hips, but they definitely showed Marilyn Monroe humping the president on stage.
On stage in front of everybody. Yeah.
It was in the inauguration, wasn't it?
Well, it had to have been. And then she kept grabbing his hands and putting them on her ass, and he was moving them away, and the crowd loved that stuff. Oh, loved it.
The vice president of the day was there throwing dollar bills.
Just make it, thing. You do make it rain rules, right? And of course, everyone knows from Marilyn Monroe to any woman, you know, make it rain. Tiffany, what are make it rain rules?
I don't know.
You get to stick whatever you catch or sticks to your body.
Okay.
You're gonna want to make sure you're sticky. Guys, little tip, ladies, if you're around me, be sticky, because if I stop dropping money, you get to catch.
That could be any time too.
Yeah. That's good news for Jorrun, because he's always pretty sticky. So just
make like some coupons and get sticky.
Yeah. get sticky because you never know when it's going to be a torrential downpour, girl. I'm like Florida. It's always rain.
Once again, happy birthday to my very good friend Baked. There you go. We both
It's
sang.
Baked.
The rest of the money.
Yeah.
Wes slowly funding my bills.
Yep.
Much appreciated.
Funding your bills.
So
I'll start my OnlyFans soon, guys. Don't worry.
No, thank you.
So let me just establish something here. So anytime you're talking, I will interrupt you. I don't mean to be rude. I will interrupt you with the word incoming only because these people are giving me money and I want to honor them. Spelled HAWNERED. So please forgive me in advance.
What's funny?
It says funny. I'm laughing.
Yeah, his
very
church is
concept.
funny.
Single sensual master looking for a submissive slave girl must be into costume roleplay. And he's wearing his funny police shirt, which, I mean,
He's smiling.
he looks like claymation, doesn't he? Kind of.
Wallace and Gromit and Jorrun.
Wallace and Gromit meet a genie fucker. I don't know if that's really, I don't know if that's gonna make it. That doesn't sound as family friendly as your others.
Hetero male dominant. That is a dominant male right there.
Oh.
And obviously, since you can't hear them, I do need to interrupt you. But so I'll just go incoming.
Bald Gumby.
But Precious, we already have done an hour. Can you believe it?
Look at us go.
We have stamina like you guys can't believe.
Oh.
Now, I don't know Kennedy's exact age. I believe she's somewhere in her 20s.
That cat's still going fucking nuts.
23.
Yeah. Oh, you're just a young one, aren't
Or
you?
sorry, 20. Yeah, I'm 24. 23. I'll be 24 this year. My birthday falls at the end of December.
That's shocking. She's so well traveled. I can't believe she was so young.
Jennifer Lewis, yes, this profile is 100% real. Here's some more of it here. Height and weight are obvious slides. My favorite part was my favorite part is where he talks about like he tolerates. I can't. I'll find it. It's like he tolerates bird watching, but hates kayaking. I can't even fucking remember. I gotta find it. But like
180 pounds. If he's got like one foot on the scales.
That's it. They didn't ask full weight.
She's just a young one, a little cutie too.
Oh wow! Wow.
Myself, not gonna lie, I would like to say I'm keeping myself in good shape. I did go for a walk before this. I'm being responsible, but I am also drinking an energy drink because what I learned from Danny G with
walk to the fridge.
Women who are in their early mid-20s, incoming.
TCAP Recipes donated $1.
Thank you.
Finish your thought.
It'll be off and on. Look out for Ram Ranch chicken casserole at 7 p.m. Eastern. Happy birthday, Bacon.
Oh, my man, Chef. That's today at 7, Chef? My time? So in a couple hours. Oh, nice. And of course, he's taking Tango out on the treadmill, of course. He never goes out in the actual fresh air. Keep that joke going. Never. One thing I learned, Kennedy, in comedy is never spoil the bit. You get the comedy bit and you drive it into the ground. That
is not what they teach you in comedy.
Is that what you learned on his Patreon, Tiffany?
Yes.
Squeeze every laugh out of it you got. Like, guys, if you're telling the joke and the audience is laughing, and then half the audience is laughing, and then one member of the audience is laughing, you're telling the joke for that guy. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Keep telling it. You just keep telling it until no one's laughing. It's the Urkel method. I gotta find this real quick here. Let me do this because I think it's on the next one. Likes clubbing, flea markets, garage sales, movies, and volunteerism, tolerates antique shows, bird watching, musical theater, raves.
Imagine
He
Jordan.
tolerates waves.
He tolerates raves and shopping. Women be shopping. And then dislikes gambling and opera, hates fishing, just fucking hates it. He will tolerate. Look, you want him to go watch birds? That's fine, but you better not expect him to have a goddamn fishing pole in his hand because he is not going to do it.
Tolerates bird watching.
And it's hate. Like, he dislikes gambling and opera, but he hates fishing more than gambling.
Well, not fishing for
what's
compliments.
SCA?
He loves that.
You know, we've looked. I can't remember. There was a couple of things that might have been. I think like there's something costumed. I don't know.
Sudden cardiac arrest.
Yeah, okay. Sudden cardiac.
Yeah, well, that's a real possibility. So
I was
better be
thinking-
curious about it.
I was thinking scrotal something because his
Why?
balls are black. Scrotal,
I don't know.
scrotal
No, that's
abrasion.
I already told you guys what happened there. Jorrun found an actual wish once, an actual genie, and this genie came out of a can, so it only had one wish. He didn't get 3. He didn't know anything about wish maxing. And he asked the genie for black genitals, and he didn't know that you have to be Pacific when you talk to a genie, especially one that comes out of a can. And so the genie just gave him black testicles and laughed and disappeared in a puff of smoke. And he's been chasing that dragon ever since, looking for another genie in every can, bottle, and plastic bag he comes across, just rubbing on it.
And every steak sandwich.
Well, you never know. They could hide in a steak sandwich.
That's right. You got to get those at the gas station. That's where they're the best.
Yeah.
You don't want to go
Everyone
to
knows
the
it.
supermarket or a store.
If you're gonna find a genie, if you're gonna find a genie in a steak sandwich, it's gonna come from the gas station. Everyone knows that. That's just wish maxing 101.
That's right.
You guys want to go about 10 more? I just realized we've been going 2 hours and 40 minutes. You guys want to go about 10 more minutes?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
But we're in. I'm feeling good. You feeling good?
I'm feeling good, and you?
Incoming.
IRSI Rec Scammers donated $4.
Adam, wow.
Just found out I have to close my PayPal as I've moved to
What do you think about Adam?
another country, so this is for you, Jorrun. But consider this my subscriptions to Kennedy's.
Oh.
Fans too.
Oh, Adam just said he's changing his PayPal because he moved to another country, but he gave me $4, which is awesome, and he said he's subscribing to your OnlyFans. So you get
Adam, I would gladly take the OnlyFans. Although, if you ever want to, PayPal and Vimo are always open too.
Her Vimo. but her Vimo aside, it's just so weird that she's so casually flirty with Adam, isn't it?
It is. Well, this is her being harassed.
This
He started it.
You know, for anyone who doesn't know, it wouldn't be long after this that she would accuse this man of harassment. And,
Well, the best way to deal with harassment is to flirt back.
Flirt back, bring it in, and then more of it later. But claims that it had happened a year prior to this. So, you know.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Like whenever someone is coming onto you unwarrantedly, you just want to talk to them very friendly, and yeah.
It makes me feel like this video I found of Tiffany when I hear shit like that.
Let's take another look at Michelle without makeup. And now with makeup. Wow, that's a maxi look.
Tiffany, you're so done. Let's one more time. Let's see. Tiffany's gonna get glammed up. Tiffany's gonna get glammed up for the prom, and you'll see how much happier she is when her parents took her to the mall to get her makeup done.
Let's take another look at Michelle without makeup.
She's not happy. They didn't get
And
the
now
makeup
with
on. Now look at
makeup.
her. Women love makeup.
That's a maxi look.
She's a lion's mane.
Plenty of hairspray.
I think she's happy in that one because she knows soon she can go back to the previous pizza and it's done. So I was just looking forward to that.
I'll tell you what.
That's for the stuff that even the OnlyFans can't handle.
Oh.
Ooh. Well, I'll tell you something about me, Kennedy. I don't know if it's similar in your Southern upbringing, but
No thanks.
I've always said I'm the child of an immigrant. My mother came over when she was 11, and I learned the value of money. Money's money. It's serious.
Money's money.
And so that's one reason why I appreciate donations so much.
That's what money is.
So he appreciates donations so much. He makes $80 on this stream and then refuses to stream with her again. And I'm asking him weekly. In my channel, I ask him weekly, hey, when are you streaming with Kennedy again? Oh, I don't know. I'll figure something out. I don't know. I'm not in a rush.
But I guess the gas station steak sandwich wasn't very good. You know, if it was better, you'd stream with Kennedy then. Yeah.
It wasn't great. You got to heat it up in the oven. That's what he ate it on the way home. He couldn't wait. He couldn't fucking wait. So he ate a cold steak sandwich from the guy. It said microwave for 90 seconds, enjoy. He didn't even read that. So how do we know he even read? If he didn't microwave it, how do we know he read the instruction that he's supposed to enjoy it? So of course you had a non-enjoyable sandwich. That one was on Jorrun. A waste of $6.
It's hard earned. You appreciate it.
Money's money.
I get a Patreon now.
Money's money.
I get a Patreon. I already have my first Patreon, the Great Dummy Data. Thank you so much, sir or madam, as the case may be. But my videos will always be free. But if people have money and like what I do, and that includes live streams or my produced bit song, by all means, Patreon.com/Jorrun Comedy. But thank you, everyone who's rocking with me and my new friend Kennedy.
Rocking with Jorrun.
I need to get a Patreon set up.
For what?
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to make.
For whatever reason, in 2020, there was just a sudden increase in people with 40 and 50 subscribers who thought they needed Patreons and Discords. I'll never understand that shit. Stop it. If you have 40 subscribers, you do not need a Patreon.
Well, if you build it, they'll come. You know what I mean? You can set yourself up.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. If you fail to plan, then you should plan to fail. That was me. That was my own thinking. But yeah, and then she had planned her 10,000 subscriber special. Jorrun had plans for his 10,000 subscriber special.
I think she had merch too.
Did she have merch?
I remember her putting up some designs.
Oh, and you didn't save any of
them. Tiffany, do you remember? Tiffany, do you remember what any of those looked like?
I do. It was kind of like
oh my god.
They were just like squiggly lines. It had nothing to do with her channel at all. It just had, I think, her name. Yeah, it wasn't anything.
So it wasn't as good as Muse's merch.
No.
It wasn't Cum Slut Club.
Was it a Feral Slut Club?
No, first it was Cum Slut Club, and then they wouldn't let her do that, so she changed it to Feral Sluts Club. And they like, what do you mean they won't let you sell Cum Slut Club? And it was like written in ink pen on paper. So you remember, like, it wasn't a logo or anything. It was just it was just drawn letters. It said "Cum Slut Club."
It did. Yeah, it did.
And I told Tiffany, I said, "Hey, don't buy yourself one of these. Come get it for your birthday, because you don't want two Cum Slut Club shirts.
No,
maybe a shirt and a hoodie."
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Everything like behind a paywall, and I'm one of those people. I don't know how like donations would work for me.
Yeah.
So like, just doing a Patreon seems like the easiest thing. So like, I can sit down because I've been softballing the idea of sitting down and doing like an actual true crime podcast. With a few friends of mine, one of which who is
behind gay in the
who works for the FBI. He lives down the road from I do, and that's how
she's gonna get an active FBI agent.
Walking mine, and we started talking. Come to find out, he works for the FBI. Super cool man.
Wow.
Super cool guy. Maybe have him on to like talk about some of the stuff that he's learned through the FBI.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've thought about doing like a Patreon podcast, maybe, and then like a few days later, making it available for the rest of the world.
You know what? This is perfect that you mentioned that, because I can pick up the ball from what you said and actually give you a little bit of information, since I'm only like 2 steps ahead of you.
No, it's not. This is
10 subscribers ahead of you.
Yes, he was ahead of her. He pulled ahead. He surged ahead. You guys see Jorrun on screen here. This is from his dating profile, and a lot of you will say, like, what's the perfect picture to put on your dating profile? And it's you on a water slide.
Whee!
On a water slide wearing a t-shirt, and then your caption, water sliding.
That's fun, Jorrun. Why wouldn't you post that to your dating profile?
That is okay. But like that's pretty manly, right? But can you think of something manlier? Because I can't. What about skydiving? You like skydiving, Tiffany?
I love it, especially with another dude strapped.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna love this.
Yeah.
You're gonna love this. When you're wearing a man like a backpack and you're skydiving.
Or he's wearing you like a fanny pack.
It looks like Jorrun's one of those baby Bjorns, you know, like when you wear your baby. That's what Jorrun's wearing. Like, what's wrong with his face?
Pretty badass, though. It's hardcore, man.
God. Yeah, I was attached to a man who went skydiving.
Remember in Mission Impossible when Tom Cruise was attached to another man and went skydiving?
This dude this is basically like getting on a bus, right? Like there's no difference. I do this in a plane, but I'm only in the plane while the pilot flies. I'm not attached. You know what I mean? Like he flies. I just sit there. That's what's going on here. Jorrun is decoration.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And the people pulling up his profile are like, oh wow, is it the guy on the right? Is that the guy I'm going to talk to?
They're like, oh, the Hawkeye looking guy? Absolutely. Oh, wait, that's a person?
That's why the water sliding one's there, so you know which guy is.
You know which one.
And you go back here and you go like, oh.
It's that one. Yeah, because the skydiving one is the only one you see at first.
Yeah.
Is the other guy coming down soon?
Did they both live? Is there a reason he's on here?
So I, like you, was hesitant for a while. One reason is because I really wanted to have something to offer. And at the same time, I really didn't want it to come off as a money grab. Even though I like money, again.
Money's money.
Capitalist. But,
it's important.
But with me, I was just like, okay, so I researched rewards. And for me, part of what was hard is, where do I draw the line where I want people to feel like they're getting something, but at the same time, you want to encourage people toward the higher rewards. So what I decided, hold on, incoming.
Michael donated $5.
Michael,
I was peeing when you were talking about states that have
Joey
the
said he
most
tells all the girls who works for the
people in
FBI
the
when he's walking
military,
his
but in
dog.
my
Actually, I know this guy.
experience,
He
it's
does work
I
for the
think
FBI.
there's only one person.
She hasn't stopped. She just keeps going.
From Vermont in the military
we've
at a time, or at
unfortunately
least the others were
had
hiding from me.
Kennedy, you're
Find
not
that out
muted.
the hard way.
Kennedy, you're not muted.
Why would
knows.
she
No,
be?
that's what I was saying.
So it's like you
She's
were
talking to you.
She's like, oh, I know, that's what I was saying. And then she's gonna say it again. And then Jorrun's gonna play the donation again, and she's gonna talk over it again.
Joey had said he tells all the girls he works for or when he's walking his dog that he works for the FBI.
Oh, okay. Unfortunately, I said incoming, and Michael sent me a message.
Oh my god.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, awesome. Luckily, there's a mini feed, so I can read it. Michael, $5. Thank you. My biggest tip. He says, I was peeing when you were talking about states that have the most people in the military. But in my experience, it's Ohio. I think there's only one person from Vermont. And that's what you were saying, right? That Ohio has a very big military presence.
She doesn't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I only know about the South. I don't know of up north. Anything past the
Michael
Mason
donated
Dixon.
$5. I was peeing when you were talking about states that have the most
Mewtwo.
people in the military.
But I
in
did
my
not know that
experience,
Ohio
it's
had
been
a very
Ohio.
heavy
I think there's only
population
one
of
person
military.
from Vermont in the military at a time, or at least the others were hiding from me.
Okay, Michael said he only knows one guy from Vermont, so I don't know if that means he's from Vermont, but he says, if there are other military people there, they're hiding from me, which is a hilarious comment. Thank you so much, Michael.
He's too mad to laugh.
I read everything said if I don't become Kennedy's Patreon, will I get arrested by the FBI? No, I don't. I think that this guy only works for he works for the FBI, but it's like money frauds and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
They weren't serious.
It was just a joke. It was just a joke, Kennedy. Kennedy, they didn't really think he was going to get arrested if he didn't subscribe to your non-existent OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Okay?
I've just got to clear up. He doesn't work for a department which has the ability to arrest you. This guy might be really worried that if he doesn't sign up to my...
No, it's fine. He does financial crimes, actually. And it's funny because this one case...
looks at people's bank accounts and sees if they're laundering money and stuff.
Gotcha. Dick Hungwell. Hey, thanks for coming, Dick. He says, I'm in my 40s, but I'm not some old...
Yeah, just so you know, when Mac and Cheese first asked for an O-face, this was the picture he sent.
He's coming. All right there on stage.
Well,
wow.
I mean, he
inappropriate, Jorrun.
She said, I don't want to see your sexy performer face. I want to see your orgasm O-face.
Man trying to perf on a young boy. I was explaining about Patreon that the decision I made was so my lowest tier, they're in the credits, which is the easiest thing, but I also gave them a little bit of exclusive content. So they got that. So I did a little studio tour of my studio.
It's a one bedroom. It's a studio apartment. Like it's a literal studio.
You get the studio tour for free when you watch any of his singing videos. That's the studio.
But he gave like a little background.
You don't get to see the walk.
Yeah, exactly, because he's gangster like that. But he went a little bit more into like the stuff he had. I remember watching the first 30 seconds of it and say, "What the fuck is this?" and closing it. And I'm sure I didn't save it because Tiffany said it wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
MTV's Cribs.
She tells me not to do it. I'm not going to do it, and she said not to do it. So I respected that.
Basically, just a third of my living room.
Mine's half of my future baby's nursery.
Nice. So I did that, and then like for my $5, then they actually get like the 1 day. They get to see my videos a day early because that's something cool that I would want. And then I just got different levels. So I think it's just a matter of now you have an option with Patreon where people can either donate.
Oh my God.
Per thing you do or for per month. So for someone like me who has a lot of very productive, it's better for me to do it per month so they're not getting charged a lot more than they're comfortable with. But if you can only do stuff very sporadically, it would probably be better for you to do it per work that you create, so that way they're not.
They've talked more about Patreon than Lorne.
Yes.
And you know how many patrons he had at this point? One.
And
he's an expert.
Hashtag own boss tips.
Yes, he's his own boss.
There's more people on the stream than are subscribed to the both of them on Patreon. Like
this is essentially a TED talk now from two experienced CEOs on how to rise through the ranks.
Where you can't, life makes it so that you can't produce anything for 3 months. People are not like, I'm paying every 3 months, and she's not ponying it up.
Yeah.
Oh, incoming. Hold on.
Westmore donated $1.
Westy.
I have a two-part question. 1, where is your mom from? 2, what country did Adam name?
So no.
Will he continue?
Where's your mom from? In what country is Adam moving to? Will he continue to make content? Bitch, Adam is in the goddamn... Adam is there. Adam's there. I could just ask Adam. Why would... If someone asked you that... If someone right now said, "Hey, where is Callie moving to, and will she continue to make content?" I said, ask Callie. She's right fucking there. I don't know.
Hang on a second. I'll just ask her on Skype. Hey Kelly, where are you moving to? And will you still be making content? Just wait, guys. She'll let us know shortly.
Hold on. No one ask her in the chat. No one asked her. We're gonna after this one. We're gonna end it for the night.
Making content.
Okay, so Wes's question is a two-part.
It's a two-parter.
Where is I believe my mom from? My mom is from the tiny, most western country of Europe called Portugal.
Just say Portugal and move on.
From the islands, the Azorean Islands. To give everybody a little geography lesson, you go to Europe. The west coast is shaped like a fist. You fly learn your lane. Learn your directions, Jorrun. You fly due west and you hit the Azores. You go a little more south. You're right off the coast of Africa, northern Africa, and that is Madeira Island, which is also owned by Portugal.
Oh, Madeira wine.
Little farther south, Canary Islands. Now you're off West Africa, and that's Spanish owned. And then you're halfway down Africa, and it's the Cape Verdean Islands. And the Cape Verdean people are super interesting. They are, and this is a gross oversimplification, they're basically a mixed race. They're half Portuguese.
Where is your mom from? Jesus Christ.
Senegal.
Portugal.
And if there was ever a race, I'm not trying to get controversial here, but if there was ever proof that God did mean for us to intermarry, and that there really is only one race, the Cape Verdean people are a race of supermodels.
Oh, okay.
They're super fucking good.
So the way you know that God intends for us to mix is because he made some good-looking black people.
Thank God
if
for
Jorrun didn't find Cape Verdeans attractive, no interracial marriage whatsoever.
Yeah. Get away
thank
from
God
her.
that they're hot.
Yeah. And anyone that's from, from mixed race parentage, rest assured, guys, God is cool with it because he made the Cape Verde.
If he wasn't cool with it,
well, does Jorrun think you're hot?
Well, that's true. That's true. Someone send your picture to Jorrun so we can rate you.
Good luck.
Well, not if you're Casey Morrow, he doesn't.
Yeah, that's true. Look
They're
a little old around the eyes.
Caucasian and African, whatever you want to say. And
Clearly
there were a
not
lot of
Cape
them
Verdean.
back in Massachusetts, where I'm from. And so I had a lot of friends growing up. A lot of them have Portuguese last names.
No, I know you're lying when you said you had a lot of friends.
Food is awesome. You and I get into a long conversation about food yesterday,
Oh yeah,
Kennedy.
food is wonderful.
Food is
life.
wonderful.
How did we
they
jump
speak,
from
Creole
I don't know.
Portuguese? But that is where
Creole.
yeah. Oh,
We're
incoming.
discussing that there's two different
Oh,
kinds.
hold on, baby. Incoming.
I forgot he did it again, and she talked.
hold on, baby.
$3. Sorry,
$3.
that was unclear. I just got tired of everyone asking me what state Vermont is in when I was in the military. Also, happy birthday, Kennedy, and sorry to interrupt again.
Michael, thank you so much for the $3.
Read it, Jorrun.
I think Michael got confused because he just wished you a happy birthday, Kennedy. So not till December.
My birthday till December 31st.
Yeah.
But thank you.
So, Wes Mose's question was
Thank you.
For, the second half
Yeah.
was for Adam. Where did Adam move to? I don't know. I think he's from England and moved to Spain, if Adam's here. But we got into a very interesting conversation yesterday about, hold on, incoming, Klaba.
Clawberry Time donated $3. Can we get back on topic and talk about how great Klaba is?
Klaba requested that we get back on topic, and the topic is how great Klaba is.
Robert, we actually had a long
He doesn't like that one.
yesterday about
We
how
did.
sweet you were.
We did. And how you actually encouraged both of us to be content.
Thank you, Clobber.
Well, Clobber, you're responsible for this. Hello?
And Kennedy, I'm going to tell you, I have a theory about Klaba.
No, what is it?
I don't think we discussed this.
Oh, I
so I'll
know
hit
it.
you up with it now.
I know the theory.
All right.
I did my last live stream, my series Jorrun After Dark, where I talk like Barry White and give and make fun of Lorne. And the last one I did was the difference between alpha and beta males and how
it was the Black People Barbecue stream. For anyone, the alpha and beta male stream was a Black People Barbecue stream.
Lorne is the ultimate beta.
And I said he was past beta.
Yes. Oh, I did a little research. I think delta is the next letter in Greek, so he's a delta male.
But like, he's not even like a delta male. He's like the end of the beta males. So like, he would be like beta omega.
Okay.
Omega.
Okay.
In beta, like he is like the most beta of beta that there could be.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm not going to disagree with that. But one thing I noticed about Club is, so when I was doing this,
now that guy's beta.
And Club was in there, and he's being funny. He does all this self-deprecating humor, and people started saying how much they appreciated Club. And what I noticed about you is
that's not what happened. What happened was it was time for the stream to be over, and Jorrun started going on and on about how Clobber encouraged him to start streaming and is responsible for him streaming. Now, this was after he was saying all these things about how he can't drink what Black people drink because we all drink cognac, and how all the best Black people barbecue is in Rhode Island, just like some crazy shit. So Clobber didn't want to be acknowledged. He did not want to co-sign on it, so he left. As soon as Jorrun started hyping up Clobber, he just left the stream. Because I messaged him and I said, "Hey, do you hear what he's saying?" He said, "No. Anytime he starts talking about me, I leave because I don't want to be there." So no, it wasn't that he was shy. It's that he didn't want to be responsible for this trash.
I think Klaba is one of the most modest people I've met, at least online,
Never
as
met him.
opposed to in person. And everyone started chiming in about how much Klaba has helped, and they appreciate him. And he completely disappeared from the chat. So my theory is he's so honest that as much as he just said that he wants that if you actually say too many nice things about him, he like blushes and like hides his face and doesn't respond.
That's what the paperback's for.
So that's an experiment.
He's got to run.
Yeah. That's an
Yeah.
experiment. So if you all want to say questions about Klaba, let's see what happens. But Amanda James, your family is from Portugal?
Oh no.
Amanda, what part Portuguese? That blonde hair threw me off.
Mistake.
Amanda, you're probably that blonde hair threw me off.
Plus, I didn't think my people got that far north as me.
Yeah.
Your people.
But,
Yeah, well, on the Oregon Trail. What the fuck is he talking about?
Right.
All right.
They haven't ventured that far up.
We're gonna leave it there for now at 1 hour and 17 minutes. But before we do go, we do have a little something to watch because we did see some comedy tonight. But I thought we would end with some really good comedy from my favorite show, Stairway to Stardom.
It's all yours. Thank you. Hello, coming to New York I find is a pretty strange thing. I mean, I come to New York and it's fabulous, it's fantastic. People from all over the world come to New York. And I said, whoa. But one thing I didn't expect is when I come to New York is everywhere I go, somebody's smoking a joint. Everywhere you walk, there's always somebody smoking a joint. I mean, I didn't expect this. I mean, I'll be walking down the street and I start smelling it. And I say, oh, no. And I try figuring out where it's coming from. I'm looking around, and I can't find it. And pretty soon you can always spot the guy because he's walking pretty cool.
Oh, the black guy. It's Sloth Cat.
And there's always some spaz behind him trying to get a good hit off it. Pretty soon this guy catches on, It's, what you be doing, fool? Nothing, officer. And it's pretty strange, and New York is fabulous. I mean, you can buy anything in New York. I mean, people are always trying to sell you things. And I'm walking down the road. Little did I know it was 42nd Street. And I'm walking down the street, and some lady comes up, tries selling me her body. Said, hey, honey. And I'm like, oh. So I just keep walking. And some other guy comes up to me going, coke, snort. And I'm like, uh-oh. Anywhere you go in New York, people will talk to you. And one thing that I
What?
figured, I said, I'm on 42nd Street. I'm in New York City, Jack. I better get bad, or else these people are going to come and get me. So I start getting bad. I'm walking down the street. I'm getting bad. Come up to the corner. It says, don't walk. I say, heck with it. Everybody else is. So I walk across the street. I'm getting in the middle, and boom, I got hit with a cab. Drags me 3 blocks, gets out of the car, helps me up, and asks for his fare. I said, this is a riot. And this is one of the funnier things. I'll see you all in Central Park.
Wow.
Jorrun used to be a lot funnier.
Why did he look like? I just had like 5 Alexa notices go off. He looked like Brandon from that Funny Police sketch. That was a skinny little dude, and that was bad comedy. That was piss poor comedy.
Comedy is subjective.
Well, Tiffany, what did you think of Jorrun and Kennady tonight so far?
I thought it was great.
Funny?
Funny?
Yeah, was it funny? Intentionally funny?
No, there was nothing intentionally funny.
Was there interesting? Anything interesting?
It was interesting how they didn't talk about Lorne at all. We talked about Patreon. We talked about
Jason
where
Blaha,
where
David
Jorrun's
Icke,
family is from.
The Cape Verdeans, who are a race of supermodels, and proof that God is not a racist.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then we saw a comedian say, "What you be doing, fool? What you be doing, fool?"
We saw how Kennady wouldn't be quiet, even though she couldn't hear the notifications or Jorrun said incoming.
Kat G said she doesn't understand how Kennedy got pregnant. She won't shut the fuck up. How do you do that?
Well, do we want a lesson here about how?
Yes, please give us a
wrong hole.
It doesn't matter what you tell you. They tell you can't get pregnant through that hole.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Cornville 3, when are you streaming again?
On Wednesday. We are back on Wednesday to do something. So
you and
Tiffany? What we're doing. Me and Tiffany.
So against me and Piss Hansen and Slothcat.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, it's like the Monday Night Wars, but it's on Wednesday. Raw versus you guys are Nitro. You guys are shitty Nitro before they get canceled. So, all right. Ilrig, you next thing you're doing?
On Wednesday, I'm doing a Spite stream. I'm setting it up right now.
When's your next Predator Hard-On thing?
Oh, I've got some recorded, but I gotta do some shitty editing, so soon.
All right, yeah, guys, head over to Il's channel, Predator Hard-Ons. So thank you very much, and we're gonna close out with this remake of a Jorrun song that I had my jingle guy do. It's a soulful remix of All I Want to Do Is Love You. So thank you very much. Tiffany, hit us with those closing air horns.
Bow, 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 bow.
Ooh, all I wanna do is love you. All I wanna do is hold you in my arms. All I wanna do is be there for you. All I want to do is want you, but you won't let me in when I try to be your friend. Won't open up to me, even when I try to be there for you. All I wanna do is love you. All I wanna do is hold you in my arms. All I wanna do is be there for you. All I want to do is want you. Yeah. Once upon a time you would tell me I was yours. Once upon a time love until you couldn't anymore. Once upon a time showered me with affection. Time and again mess up with a frustration. No more kisses, no romance.
no more slow dance. Tell me how did I ever blow this chance? All I wanna do is love you. All I want to do is want you, but you won't let me in when I try to be your friend. Won't open up to me, even when I try to be there for you. All I wanna do is hold you in my arms. All I wanna do is be there for you. All I wanna do is want you. All I get is heartache and heartbreak. Anything you wanna need, but you gotta want me to. Time is wasting, I must be wasting my time. I will give you my last dime. I'd settle for a late night call, but you won't call me at all. How can this be? Tell me what did we go wrong when all I wanna do is love you, hold you, be there for you. Just want you, just want you, just want you. Do you want me to? Like, comment, subscribe, share.